Hello and welcome to part 3 of our FM live stream. We're streaming the alpha as we have done over the past 2 days. Now I can speak, but the man to my left here has, well, you basically lost your voice, haven't you, mate?
It's better than it was this morning.
Squeaky.
I've passed the late fitness test.
Yeah.
Gaffer, get me in. I'm here. I've made it. When I woke up this morning, I thought, that's it. Take me off. It's not happening. I had to go home early yesterday.
Yeah.
Made it through the stream. I've been going through as much honey and lemon and every possible.
There's pretty much every single sort of medication.
Yeah, if you look at the desk, it's horrendous. But it's a lot better than it was.
Yeah, when you first walked in, you couldn't say a word, but we're here now. And we're excited to carry on with Leverkusen. If you've missed the first 2 parts of the stream, we've got, what, 4 hours? 4 hours of gameplay?
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant today. No, absolutely not.
Today.
We've got 4 hours on the YouTube already.
Yeah.
There's another 2 hours going up when this ends, and then there'll be a further 2 hours at the end of today. So there'll be 8 hours for you guys to take in.
For you guys to look at, get your first look at FM19 in action. So if you've missed it so far, we're playing as Leverkusen. Do you want to show the screen?
Let's show the screen.
Let's jump into the screen. We've actually got a bit of a new feature here, haven't we?
I spent a little bit of time getting this ready for you.
So while he's been dosing up on all sorts of medication, we've actually been going in and messing with the view of the squad screen, and you can see here we've now got dividers, which is great because you can actually see clearly what each section is referring to, divide your screen up into how you want to set it up, which is a really nice addition, one of the new UI elements in the game this year, alongside the stuff on the sidebar we showed you yesterday. Again, if you haven't seen it, go and check that out. So we're doing all right at the moment with Leverkusen. Could be doing better. We're 7th in the league. Let's run people through our first part of the season so far.
An unbeaten month right there.
Yeah, only 1 defeat so far.
I'd just like to note we haven't kept a clean sheet in a long time.
Yeah, but we do have our first choice keepers cropped until January. So
fair enough.
So it's not ideal in terms of our defence, but we've scored a lot of goals. I mean, we've got 6 in Europe, 4 in the Bundesliga against Mainz, 4 in the last game against Gladbach in the German Cup.
We have Teach to thank for that one.
Teach did pretty much.
He did indeed.
He gave us a tactical masterclass. So yeah, thanks to him, we're basically going to steal his tactic now, aren't we? We're just going to use it again and again.
We've also got some special guests coming in today.
We do.
We're aiming to get through 4 different content creators. Now, of course, if you guys haven't seen already, we're holding in an FM19 capture event, aren't we, Tom?
We are indeed. And the embargo in terms of all the footage that you can expect to see from everyone who's been here over the course of the last 2 days is tomorrow.
Yep.
4 p.m.
4 p.m. tomorrow.
So go and check out all the channels, go and check out all the creators who have been involved in the capture event, and you'll see some really good stuff ahead of the release of the beta. Now, should we talk beta?
I think before we talk beta, I think we should bring in our first guest.
You want to get him in now?
Let's bring him in.
Go on then.
Our first guest of the day. Round of applause in the studio, please.
Who do you reckon it is?
Dr. Benji couldn't make it, so we have Kev.
Shut your face. I'm not standing for that at all.
Scoot on over. Kev, come on in.
It's only blooming Lujo.
Thank you so much for taking your time to join us today. I think we need to scoot.
Do we need to scoot a bit more?
There's a lot of me. You need to move along a bit.
I didn't plan for 3 people with this.
You told me an hour ago.
Shocking, isn't it?
There we go.
Shocking.
You're in.
They've got grapes here.
I know. I'm treating myself like a Roman
grapes,
emperor.
Kit Kats. This is untouched Pringles.
Yeah.
Sour cream.
No.
Flavour.
That's pretty much done.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's done.
Yeah, fully
fair
touched.
enough.
Fully touched. Other crisps
Oh,
are of course available. If we scoot over slightly this way as well, get Kev in. So welcome to the stream, Kev.
Thank you.
How you doing? How are you finding the game?
I'm loving it. Lots
Yeah?
of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been your favourite feature so far that you've seen, or favourite area of the game so far?
Believe it or not, no one who watches my stuff normally will believe it, but I've been playing around with the tactics quite a lot.
There you go. It's
good.
I've been enjoying this tactic thing. It actually, for the first time in 25 years of playing Football Manager games, I actually understand it just a little bit. But
That's what we want.
That's
That's
it.
what we want.
I've used wingers as well.
Wow.
Very proud.
What's
of myself.
your tactical style of choice?
I've been playing with the Gegenpress.
Nice. That's what we're doing. I
Oh,
mean,
there
have
you
you been
go
more
then.
successful?
I don't want spoilers. People need to watch my channel later in the week. They'll find out how I've been doing. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
So
a lot of learning.
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a lot of stuff in there this year. A lot of new additions. Do you think it's a step up on last year?
Oh, absolutely,
Good.
absolutely. Just the induction, the tutorial stuff that's in there, both on the tactics and the training, have made a massive difference to 2 areas of the game that I've been quite open in the past about the fact that I've just not really touched because I didn't really get them.
Yeah.
But I've gone through both of those tutorials several times because I've had a couple of saves on the go, and yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm actually making tactical tweaks and training tweaks as well, which I never thought I would open that training tab other than once a season to click assign coaches by my assistant manager, but I'm actually fiddling with training.
There's a lot of stuff in there, isn't there? There's a lot of sessions. You can go and take as much control as you want. So, but you've been enjoying. Have you been creating your own schedules, or have you just been tweaking little stuff?
Come on, baby steps.
Remember
Baby
who you're
steps.
talking to.
Tweaking little bits. Take them off of a fitness session and send them out for some team bonding, that kind of thing.
Team bonding is one of my favourite elements of it.
I like to think they're heading down to the local snooker club,
Yeah,
having a little game.
a few ales.
No, we're professional sports people. Can
It's
we,
good.
yeah,
nice to see you
take
keep
this
that air of
seriously. Come on
professionalism.
now.
Have you done the community outreach stuff?
It's been there. I haven't created a scenario for what's happening while they're doing it, but I've noticed it on the schedule. I've not fiddled with it though.
Okay.
I'm not community outreach. Not interested.
It's important. It's important to be involved in the community, Kev.
Give
Just
back.
winning games.
Give back.
Give back.
So we're getting into our next game of the season here against Hoffenheim away. Our away form's been patchy at best, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So
Of course, if you remember in the last game, Teach came along and gave us an absolute tactical masterclass.
yeah, we were made to look like
Amateurs.
Expect more of
School
the same.
children here.
Don't worry.
Exactly. Now
Yeah.
Kev's here and he's going to really tear our tactics.
But
to
you
shreds.
should. We're playing with a gegenpress, so
Yeah.
this is at least familiar.
I tell you what, this is almost identical to what I'm using. It's eerily similar to what I'm
Okay.
using with Bayern Munich in my save. The only difference I've got a deep line playmaker where you've got a ball-winning midfielder. But other than that,
And the
Yeah.
fact that your team's significantly better.
well, that's more to do with the manager than the quality of the players, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So you may notice down here as well, guys. Obviously, Leon Bailey.
Yeah, how long's he out for?
He's out injured. You won't be able to see it behind our screen, but for 11 days to 3 weeks. So he'll be missed. We've I've taken the executive decision.
You're in control of this
in
one,
bringing
mate.
in
You're in
Julian
control.
Brown.
We've got a couple of orange injuries in there.
Yeah. I'm not finished with the rest of the team yet.
Okay.
Not sure if you remember, if you watched yesterday, if you tuned in, the cup game. It was an interesting one. We won 4-1, but we had a ton of injuries.
There was a lot of tired
yellow
legs.
cards.
A lot of tired legs
Yeah,
in there.
absolutely. I mean,
And
you
because
see-
we were coming back, it was a Wednesday game, coming back off a Sunday, so it wasn't a great deal amount of time
So
between matches.
we're gonna have to make quite a few changes for this one. I'm gonna bring in Dalbert at left back,
Okay.
left wing back. I think we're gonna have to drop Charles Arangis here.
Do you want to bring in? Do
You
wanna bring in-
know who I'm gonna
Oh,
bring
of
in.
course I do, mate.
I'm gonna.
When was your last game? I'm looking at this, looking at your conditioning for
Yeah.
your whole team.
Honestly,
this is. Have you done the training tutorial?
It's,
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I did mention in the last episode we needed to do a lot of recovery, and then we started chatting to you, Kevin. I just started hitting spacebar.
Wow.
So
my influence rubbed off on you.
yeah, I am going to take the blame for that one. But yeah, as you can
We'll
see
schedule
here,
it in. I mean, we've
we
had a busy month.
There was a lot going on in
We've
that
had a busy
game.
month.
So we're gonna crack into it. We've got to remove some of these
Yeah,
players
do you
off
wanna
the
get
bench
some-
now.
do you wanna
Let's
get them both
Arangis
off?
Let me use my right hand as well.
Yeah.
I'll make it a little easier. Kai Havertz. So we're gonna drop
He's on
him
an 81, but we don't
percent.
really have anyone who can come in.
Do we perhaps just take the risk of him for?
Yeah, I'd say
for
I
the
think
first
take the
half,
risk.
See how we're getting on. I feel like Kev doesn't
not
agree with
happy
that
with
one.
I'm very, very much about fitness.
I do agree with you. My only issue
We haven't got much depth now because of injuries.
because of injuries.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So, I'm going to bring some strong defensive-minded players onto the bench. We've got obviously Lars and Sven Bender. Retsos is a strong player, but then we've got some youth with Paulinho and Sam Schreck.
Do you want to get a striker on the bench as well?
Shall we? Yeah, I'm thinking Dominic Kor for. Should we go for Retsos?
No, get him in for Shrek
Okay.
because we're.
Well, my only concern is we need someone to replace Kai Havertz and Schreck.
We could shift Brandt over.
Okay.
He can play there.
And then who?
I would say.
Joel Boyan-Polo?
Yeah,
or
get him in. This is the first time he's been available to us. So
Okay.
stick him on the bench.
Okay.
See what you can do. Because when you've got to think, if we're going to take Havertz off, you put Brandt in, you bring Paulinho on, and it gives us more options. Whereas we need Retsos because he's only really recognised other than Bender. You know,
Yeah,
both our centre backs get injured, or one of them picks up a knock.
So it's also interesting to note our next game is also on Thursday. So we are absolutely going to have to visit our training
Yeah.
and see what we can do.
Team
So,
bonding. That's what you need.
well, anything that'll sort out the fitness. So are we happy with this squad?
I think so, mate.
Yeah.
I think so. Do you want to change De Jong's role? or are you happy with him?
I'm going to stick with him like that for
Okay.
now. Very risky. I'm concerned about Jonathan Tah and Kai Havertz, but there's not that much strength and depth in the squad at this point. So
We have to go.
we're going to go for it.
Like
We're
a
gonna hope
walking
for the
wounded at
best.
this stage.
And it's the first time I've actually taken control
Yeah,
of the
oh,
mouse in
mate.
this series. It's nice.
It's all in your hands now.
So it's your fault if it goes wrong at this
Oh,
point.
absolutely, yeah. So as you can see, they're playing a 5 at the back. Then obviously everything's through the middle going
Oh,
forward.
they've got a player called Nuhu in their defence. Just seeing a Nuhu makes me sad.
So let's jump into the game. We'll jump through.
You've got to do this,
We've
mate.
got to be
It's on
honest.
your hand.
He didn't look sharp in training, so I have complete faith in him to do the job. Stadium's looking nice. Away to Hoffenheim. Let's kick this off with a win. I'm going to remove this widget as well.
Just getting in there, right.
And, let's go for it.
If we can pick up 3 points here, I know we said this a lot yesterday. I know we said about needing to win games and really kick our season off in the first half before winter break. We looked at times like we were, a top 4 side. But then late goals again.
You can see right there the 6 draws. That's our problem. But they've come forward with a set piece here. Kev, what are your expectations for this match?
I'm expecting that.
We're
Well,
going
we're
to go
gonna
1-0 down after 9 minutes.
I was going to say, let's get in there, get some attacking done, and now just attack. We need to do this Kev style.
Okay.
I'm not happy that we're 1-0 down after 9 minutes.
Their first shot, in fairness, but okay, it's not gone.
This is what
Here we
happens
go,
when
here
you
we
have
go.
a
Here we go,
centre
on the
back
attack.
on 80% condition at the start of the game.
87 for the centre back.
Here we go. Brandt. Nice. Havertz.
We kept Havertz in, and he's.
Oh!
I was about to
it's a
say he's
block.
got the assist.
I thought he
That
just
hit
dragged
the
it wide.
post, but I guess there is a corner
to
there.
Bayer Leverkusen.
Havertz with the corner.
He whips it in.
Nice. Something that's something that's been quite interesting. We've been quite good from free kicks, but our delivery from corners has not been
No,
ideal.
no,
Maybe something else we
absolutely.
need to work on in training.
I thought there was still more to come in that.
It's down there, and
highlight.
now
And we need to get this away.
he's not going to hit it from there.
Oh,
Oh, it took a massive
nasty. And
deflection.
Nuhu.
from
The deflection
Nuhu.
It
brought-
came from Nuhu.
the deflection brought it closer to the keeper as well. It's it kind of deflected it straight at him.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, whenever I'm around Nuhu score goals, I'm afraid it's just the way Football Manager is made. I never thought I'd see a Nuhu score a goal again. I'm so happy.
Oh no. Well, that's not what you're supposed to be saying, Kev.
Bad news for us.
You never told me I was here to help you. You just said I was here to talk.
Okay.
I'm officially supporting the opposition at this point because they've got one of my heroes in their team.
Well, that's not good to hear. I think we're going to need to have a.
Hang on.
hang
Well,
on.
hang
Let's
on,
let
hang
this
on.
roll through.
Let's see where we are here. They clear it again.
Cleared it away. Once again, it's dropped to De Jong on the edge of the box.
Good tackle
Havertz has
from
been
them.
taken out, but he's
Switch
ridden
it,
the
switch it.
challenge. Baumgartlinger, where's he taking this? Brandt. At what?
Oh,
he's got in
get
his
it-
way.
Everyone's getting each other's way. There's no fluidity.
De Jong, come on. I don't like these going the wrong way.
Yeah,
here.
we're dropping further and further
They're
back.
closing us down so quickly.
And we've lost the ball, and this could be a shocker.
I love the fact that this is my influence on this. I've had nothing to do with picking this team
Ooh.
before people start mocking me.
This is. It's not started so well. The stats are okay. They're not the
Well, that's
worst.
that.
I've
This
ever
has
seen.
been our problem the whole way through, isn't it? We've been.
Kai Havertz is our top performer and motivated, but he is exhausted. But Julian Brandt whips in a free kick now.
Oh,
off
it's
the
just not
crossbar.
going our way, is it? It's just not going our
We
way.
needed to put that one away.
Should we go more attacking?
Oh,
I-
we're already on positive.
You got to be having a second striker come in at some point, surely. Maybe at half time, but you've got an attacking midfielder there who's basically running around on one leg.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
He's got a
We'll
point.
wait until half time, and we'll see how things are going. I'm not going to lie. I didn't expect us to be in a situation where
I
you can't
didn't-
see us on the
I
table.
didn't expect that either.
After our fantastic start, but Kai Havertz
Oh,
whips it in.
that's-
off
oh,
the bar again.
I thought I was in. I'm celebrating.
Oh my word.
Free header
Are
as well.
we ever going to score from a corner? I don't think we will.
Well, that's the first time we beat the first man. No, there we go.
and
Back
then
to
we'll be
form.
back
Oof.
to oh,
Some pretty poor corners coming in.
and we're doing okay statistically, but the I think the cup game has had too much of an effect on our side.
Absolutely. Swing it in. Come on,
And we're
Kai.
struggling.
Come on, Kai.
Kai Havertz takes his time. He gets the ball back into Volland. It's an inch
not
perfect
happened.
tackle. Right, well, there's absolutely going to have to be some changes at half time.
Yeah, we need to.
Kai Havertz
Havertz
is
has
on
got to go.
steam. statistically,
Who have we got
sacked in the morning.
as a backup striker on the bench? Who's hovering around?
Well, we've got Joel Boyan-Polo, but we also have Kevin Volland, who's starting.
He's on the right, yeah.
Who potentially could move.
So what
up
you're
top.
saying is we could maybe bin off this idea of wingers, and maybe do something with 2 strikers.
I mean, we could just go 4-2-4. I think
I think
2-0 down.
I like the sound of that. I think
we go ultimate gegenpress.
Oh.
Oh, we've got lucky here.
Oh,
Volland poked it into the empty
they're
net.
pressing forward, pressing the goalkeeper there.
Absolutely, we're very
And
lucky
It's paid off.
that it's worked. But yeah, the system in full play there. He's passed it back to his goalie, and we've given him absolutely no time. He's kicked it against his head.
And look how hard he is as well. It's gone straight into his face.
Yeah,
He's not
he
just
didn't
carried on.
even react.
Carried on.
just turned around, walked off. What ball?
Strength
So-
training.
someone in
strength
the-
training.
I'll take
Twitch.
the assist, thank you.
Someone in the Twitch chat's apparently tried to throw a cabbage at us. So
Okay.
nice to know that we're doing,
We're in good
doing
company
that
now,
well.
aren't we?
So I tell you what. Half time, we're 2-1 down, but we've had 14 shots to their 6, 57% of the possession. A lot of dangerous attacks have involved.
A lot of
Frankie
yeah,
Young.
a lot of stuff. Frankie
Tinyev
doing
badge,
things,
he's
right?
not performing so well, but
Are we making the change?
we're going to be assertive, and I'm going to say we've been the better team here, because I believe we have.
There we have the stats don't
Just
lie.
keep doing what we're doing, and we'll be fine.
They haven't reacted to that at
I'm
all.
going to have a go at the defence, though.
Probably couldn't hear him with his voice.
Very true. Very, very true.
Okay.
Speak to the striker in team talk. A few
Are
people
you-
in the chat saying not to change the tactics. Well, yeah, I'm not.
Change the tactic. The thing is, if you've got to take Havertz off,
Yeah.
There's-
And a lot of
do you-
stuff goes through Havertz in that team.
how do you replace him without changing the tactic?
Yeah, no, I do completely agree. What I am going to do is I'm going to change Frankie de Jong to an advanced playmaker
Yeah.
as we take off Havertz.
That's fair enough.
In terms of options out wide, we could potentially
We could put Brandt on the
put
right.
Brandt on the right, bring on Paulinho, and put Kevin Volland up top.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to make Kevin Volland our pressing forward. And should we keep Ilario as a deep line?
Yeah,
or-
go on. We want to. Well, we need someone to occupy that space
Yeah,
on that side of the field. Because obviously, do you want to swap? If you're going to do that, swap De Jong and Baumgartlinger around.
Okay.
Because obviously Alario's coming deeper.
Just going to do this so I don't have to fully change it.
Look at that.
There you
Little tricks. He's got all the
Yeah.
tricks.
He knows it all.
So, are we happy with Jonathan Tarr's getting tired? Options on the bench are... Because we've got a few players, but I think for now we stick with that one. I'm going to keep it a positive
All
for
right,
now
mate.
as well.
All right.
Because we've still got 45 minutes to go. We replace
We
one
can
wonder
turn
kid
this round.
with
We
another.
can turn this round. I believe in this.
There we go. I'm going to
You struggle
take a
again.
second to...
Get a
to
little
go
honey
for
and lemon
voice
drink.
notes.
Is that a grape?
I'd love a grape,
Come
thank
on.
you.
If we
Curtis
lose-
hasn't been on these.
No,
has
he
he?
hasn't.
No, if we lose these, they may be sour grapes, I'm afraid.
Oh, it wouldn't be long. It's no live stream about Curtis Morton pun, is it?
Absolutely.
Right. Been a very dull start to the second half so far. There's not been
These
a great
tactical
deal of
changes
action.
have done wonders.
He's doing it.
Hey!
It's taken 10 minutes of absolute
Inspired
boredom.
by our co-manager, the man who will take the blame if anything goes wrong. Kev's decision to go attacking.
Look, if I was picking this team,
Julian Brandt with a free kick. Oh, I got far
yeah,
too
I was-
excited for that there.
it's the loudest I've heard
And
you
they're-
talk all weekend, and nothing came from it.
They're on the
They're on the counter.
They're on the counter.
If they go down and score here,
They're in the kitchen on the counter.
they've got men.
Oh my word!
Zuba. Oh dear.
You deserve that for the pun.
They cut through us like a knife on the counter.
I'm just
Just
going to
gets
leave
worse.
in a minute.
But you don't-
I can't. I've got a brand to maintain. I can't be living in a world of puns.
You don't have to.
Guys,
you don't have
do
to
you know
cover
what
every
play of the
day.
week it is? It's pun day. Get involved.
This is constant. When we're at work, this is a daily thing.
How do you not just lock him out?
Oh, we've tried.
Our comms director has threatened to fire me many a time.
Yeah. He just keeps coming back.
The show, although it must go on, it must pause for a second
Should we make some subs?
because we're not playing very well.
Should we get
You don't
Baumgartlinger
seem to
then?
have much option on this bench. Is this just because there's lots of injuries going
Yeah.
on?
We've really been struck by injuries.
'Cause there's not much of a game. You've got a striker and a bunch of
Well,
defensive players.
typically we'd have Leon Bailey starting, so then Brandt would be a good option
the
off the
left.
bench.
What about bringing Dominic Core on for Baumgartlinger?
Okay, I'll take that without any argument.
It's not going to be a game changer though, is it? Just swapping your ball
You
in
never
midfielder
know.
over.
You
But
never know.
I mean, Baumgartlinger was on what 69%, and we were asking him to sort of chase the ball around.
Would
for-
you be upset if I bought on
No.
Joel Boyan-Polo?
We're 3-1
First
down. Would I be
return.
accept benefit at this stage?
We're bringing him on as a poacher. We're not worried about this
Ooh,
space
a
in the middle
poacher and
anymore.
a pressing forward on attack.
Yeah.
This is extravagant. I like it.
The tempo's as high as it will go.
We're hoping for a
What
lot
else have we
more.
got? I'm not going to roll it out anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, just lump the ball
We're not going to
forward.
distribute to fullbacks. I'm sure Teach is sat in the other room thinking all the work I did for these guys thrown out the window. I'm going to assertively tell them.
Go on. Put the pressure on. Now,
So you've
you've
stressed,
stressed
the
him
man
out now. Come on, man.
So if we go to shouts, show some passion. Let's get a nice
They're fired up.
fired up by the feedback.
Right.
This can only go.
If we
wrong.
get a goal inside the last 10, I'm going very attacking. We're doing it anyway. You're doing
I
it
was
anyway.
just taking a look.
Do it.
Oh, it's
It's a
instantly,
highlight.
instantly clicks it.
We're down to 10th position.
What was the pre-season media prediction?
Well, we were hoping for top 4. It's a great save. They're going to get them a butt. Oh,
That
goal line
is
scramble.
What is happening there?
Goal line scramble.
That was fantastic.
The
that
keeper's just. I'm not going to pick this up. I'm just going to keep falling over. I don't know who's touched it last.
Yeah. So
Did we look at what Tar's condition is now? Because I notice he's still on the pitch.
yeah, I mean, there's no more subs, so
They're going to curl one in here, aren't they?
he's got.
We may have made an
no choice.
oversight when we were making our subs.
Oh, surely
Oh,
it's
dear.
4.
So this game is going to go down as just one that Kev has come in and he's cost us.
You
Yeah.
lot have all seen that
But-
I had nothing to do with this.
Kev, your hand's on the mouse. We can all see it. No, I'm going to take the full blame for this one because it's the first game I've taken control.
How do we stage it so we're allowed to quit and restart?
Guys, some technical issues, I'm afraid.
Oh, he's literally tried to run it in himself.
Some wrong mouse. Some technical issues. I'm afraid we're going to have to. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, Tom. In fairness, we've had the lion's share of the game.
Oh, that's right, because I think
Yeah.
that's how they apply points to the league table.
Is
as long
it?
as you've had the lion's share of the game, it doesn't matter how many goals you score.
I'm aggressively.
Go on.
I
then.
expect to see you all in training. You don't deserve. They all need a
Don't
rest.
bring,
though.
yeah,
No,
don't
don't-
bring them
yeah,
into
don't do
training.
that,
They
don't
need
do
a
that.
rest.
I'd
They need a
I'd
rest.
resign if I
Right,
was
hang on.
them.
Can I take?
Okay, I'm going to have a
I think
little
it's
look
probably
at
best that you
everyone.
do.
Just so you know, everyone in the chat is saying hashtag Kev out. So
Yeah, that's just they've got that sat on a clipboard ready to just. They're used to that. I'm surprised I'm not getting Kev out emojis appearing.
I'm going
We need
to.
a recovery session, mate.
We need a recovery.
Is that tomorrow? Is that for tomorrow's
No,
session?
tomorrow recovery and rest.
Okay.
And then first session.
Give them another day off.
First session. Yeah, I do actually agree with this. I'm going to give them
Rest.
a rest day because we're playing in Europe
we've got
on,
so
on
many-
the Thursday.
And it's just been constant fixture congestion around for the last 2 months. Ever
Yeah,
since we started
absolutely.
playing in Europe, we had the injuries, and yeah, it's not gone.
It's the only part of training I ever used to get involved in on previous versions of the game. If you've got
Is
if
the
you've got
rest, yeah.
if you've got 2 games in a
Yeah.
week, you've got to start resting the players after them because otherwise they just end up on 80% at the start of the
Yeah,
games and
yeah,
you lose
exactly.
4-1. Kevin,
So for our Tuesday, to talk you through what
Come
I'm
on,
going
and
for.
what's on the menu for Tuesday?
So I'm going defending wide because I feel like we seem to be conceding a lot of chances from out wide.
Okay.
And we're going to make some minor changes to the tactics in the second as well. But
Okay.
we seem to be losing a lot of chances. But it also gives us a chance for our attackers to obviously train slightly in
yeah.
attacking wide. And we have a formations that's built for some wingers, really.
Yeah.
So we've got some defending wide. We're going to have attacking and overall, but that's going to be it. Our concern is still in the league. I'm quite confident that we'll do okay on Thursday. So training sessions just a little bit relaxed this week. Also going to go to tactics, and I'm gonna change these guys to fullbacks for now.
Wow.
Kev's not a fan of that.
boo.
I think we're struggling defensively. I think you can look at this and
Yeah.
see we've not kept a clean sheet in a long time.
Yeah.
I think we need to be a little bit more conservative with the.
Are you going to
the
carry
side.
on with 2 inside forwards if you're not getting the width from your fullbacks pushing on though?
There's still
Because
fullback
otherwise they're
support.
gonna be-
Still fullback support, so they'll get forward when the team needs extra width. So we've still got some options. I think they'll still be getting involved. We'll see how it goes for the first game.
Let's just
Kev's
see.
not a fan. Kev's not a fan.
I love an attacking fullback. It's my favourite thing in Football Manager.
I normally would agree.
Well, the league leaders have lost. It's
But-
not just us who are struggling lately.
I think these figures are
Yeah,
concerning.
we have. It's been.
I see a lot of green circles on there. I don't need to look at any other information
Sure,
on the screen.
sure.
It's all about the green circles.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes in this European game.
Well, it's gonna go. I tell you, if you don't win this European game, goodness me.
We're away from home and it'll be a rotated side. You never know.
Our backup goalkeeper's now injured.
You'll never know. Here we
Right,
go.
let's hope your
Get
rest
through the
day.
game.
Let's hope your rest day pays off and they're all coming back 100%.
Absolutely.
fitness.
Whilst we're getting through this, Tom, would you like to tell everyone in the chat about the current schedule for beta?
Absolutely. So obviously you guys have been asking a lot about beta, understandably. So if you missed it on Friday, we had Miles Jacobson in telling us exactly what's going on. So the latest you can expect beta is Friday of this week, because that's 2 weeks before release, and as we said throughout, it's going to be 2 weeks before release. If it comes any earlier, and we'd like to get it out earlier if possible, then we'll make it available to you guys as soon as it's ready. But at the moment, there's still a few things. Obviously, this is an alpha build. The stuff that the builds that you guys have been working on is an alpha build. There's still a few things we want to change between now and beta before we give it the green light and get it available to you guys.
And of course, there's a ton of people in the office working on the game as we speak.
Absolutely. I mean, it's busier today than it was yesterday.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, you said it beautifully earlier. I thought on Twitter when you were saying you don't want to get undercooked chicken.
No.
Give you food
don't.
poisoning.
Everyone's saying drop the beta now. Kev, if I was cooking you some tea and you said give me the food now, what would I tell you? I'd say wait until it's cooked. You'll enjoy it more then, wouldn't you? You'd much rather.
Are you offering to cook me a meal?
Kev, that offer's always there for you. And you know that.
This is developing to.
Can I wait until you're not ill?
No, I'm afraid that's part of the deal. And I cannot promise it will be thoroughly cooked. But
Can I just say, shout out to my immune system, which has held
yeah,
up
considering
amazingly
the time
well.
we've spent together this week.
Yeah.
I think I'm on day 5 of whatever this is, and
You should have a day off. There's nothing else going on. There's no reason for you to be in work on a Sunday, surely.
I can't remember what a day off is, Kev. But the show must go on. Right, we're going to look at our team for the for the European Cup competition. You can see Wendell is going to come in at left back. Kev, I'd like you to make some decisions here.
Would you?
So if we look at fitness, kinda returning to pretty strong fitness, but you're going to select some of the players. So
Because I'm really familiar with who all these players are.
that's
one
the
thing
fun.
I remembered. This is when we were talking yesterday after the stream. I was saying
Sure.
about some stuff that I was going to change. I'm going to whack that down to normal intensity. So
Why did you have that on double intensity?
Because I wanted to work them hard. Because I wanted to get them ready for the
That's
Gegenpress.
why no one's on a
I wasn't
100%
aware of
condition.
this.
Oh, you were there?
Now we realise where the fault lies.
God, Tom.
As soon as
You
they start to
want
get
chance.
fit, you batter them into the ground.
We discussed this because we're doing Gegenpress. They're not used to it. They need to get used to hard work.
I'm going back to this, and I'm also saying half intensity for them as well.
Wow. All right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You
I
having
mean,
that?
really, because the only people who are going to be down at that kind of condition are the people recovering from injury anyway.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. So go back to the tactics. Let's pick our team.
See, now when I'm doing a rotated team, because I am a monster, there's a quick
You
pick
do
button there
fully.
for a reason.
Ooh,
Yeah,
we don't want to fully
do a fully
rotate.
rotate. We'll do.
We still like
do
this.
the medium option then, and then work from there.
Okay.
Don't be
alright.
starting from scratch. It's crazy. More rotation. There we go. Let's see what that gives us.
So that gives us Frankie de Jong at centre back, given he has tackling a 6.
Well, we've got our old friend
That
on
works
the
fine
bench.
for me.
I think we'll stay away from that one.
Should we put it to your favourite player? The one you've been trying to shoehorn into the team for ages.
Kev.
Yeah.
Kev.
From one
For
Kev to
Kev.
another.
That works. He's coming in.
I like it. I'm on board.
I right clicked on him then instead of left click.
And you've now broken the mouse.
I've broken the mouse bite. There we go. Here he is. I think we're gonna go for that.
Was that-
He's
Does
just-
he have an
Suspended.
average rating of 6? Did that say? How many games has he played?
Just the one.
Okay.
Just that game, I believe.
I'll allow it then.
Yeah, he's not having the
I'm gonna
best
say
of
if he's
times.
had more than 3 or 4 games, just send him home.
Yeah. Should we keep Dragovic in the side?
Yeah. Although who we got as an option? Tar or no? We've got to keep him, haven't we?
You got to rest Tar.
Yeah.
After how he was in
Exactly.
the
I
last game.
completely agree. Dominic Corin at ball in the midfielder.
Yeah.
Do you wanna
I like
keep-
those two because they've been asking for first team football,
Sure.
so this
okay.
is a way of getting
All
them.
right. Bellarabi on the
Yeah.
right.
I
Should we move him to a winger though?
Yeah. Go on.
Split
There
some
you go.
width.
See, this is now I'm on
now it's
board.
coming
You
together.
see.
We're going to keep Shrek as our advanced playmaker. Paulinho. Are we keeping Paulinho in the side?
Yeah. I like the look of the rest of that team. You know. Do you want to move him out for
Polo.
Yeah.
Let's pop him on the bench first of all. I'm going to remove Tar from the squad entirely.
That's fine. We've got an option on the bench.
Polo. You happy with him as a pressing forward?
Pressing
No.
forward
we
is my
need
favourite thing.
him
I
for
love
this.
pressing
Yeah,
forwards.
we need a pressing forward for this system. But
Well then, on that note, are we going away from home in Europe with this system, going there attacking and with a high press?
Kev, are you telling me you'd like to bring in a new system?
Well, surely you have other systems being trained, don't you?
We have two.
They're almost identical.
They are almost identical.
I mean,
okay.
what am I working with here?
Stick Alario in. Leave him on the bench.
You know you're doing well when Kev is disgusted.
I am disgusted. I mean, you've not got other tactics being trained.
But that's because we believe in the system, Kev, and we trust that.
Because it was so effective
trust-
in the last game.
But-
You need an away from home. Even I, Kev, I have a tactic specifically trained for away from home in Europe in my save.
I'd just like to point out, Kev, I'm going to prove you entirely right in the fact we are yet to win a game away from home this season. So maybe now's a good opportunity, not necessarily use it today. Shall we choose a
new tactic.
new
The
tactic?
hashtag's changed. It's not Kev out anymore.
It's Kev does tactics.
I approve.
Okay then, so what do you think we should go for?
The fluid counter-attack is a beautiful tactic. I've been playing around with some of these. And
Okay.
It looks lovely when
All
it's
right.
when it's in full flow. It's
Okay.
very pretty to watch.
Well, there we go. We're going to choose our formation.
Can I point out as well, I would not normally recommend doing this the day of the match.
We won't be using it for the match, but we'll have it in the can for further down the line, and of course by then we'll have another person in the stream, so you won't be able to take credit for it.
Don't worry, I'll take the credit. it was all me. Like all you've done now is talk about Teach. Teach is so good. This is going to be how we talk about how the difference Kev made.
Kev changed our life.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think we should go for this formation. So essentially we're dropping that down to there. Is there anyone opposed to that?
That looks good to
That's
me.
fine.
Yeah, cool. So then it'll work this way. Do we want to make any changes to player roles? I think we should stick with the fullbacks we've been working with, considering this is going to be used away from home.
Yeah.
An inside forward and a winger is
Yeah.
ideal. Advanced forward? There's a chance to. I think if we're
counter-attacking, we want him to be.
Well, if we've got a
quick
roaming
and-
playmaker as well, then he can cover a lot of the ground between midfield and the
Okay.
striker.
and then just a classic defensive midfielder.
Mhm.
Right, so I think over the next week when we go to our training, we'll set it to kind of get a bit more familiar with it. But we'll head back to this for this game.
And when you all see that in full flow, looking pretty, I'd like you to remember where it came from.
There we go. There we go. I'm gonna bring our goalie back in because I think he can travel. He'll be
Okay.
fine.
Well, he didn't
All
know-
he's got to do is stand around.
Yeah,
doesn't he?
Exactly.
If
not
all
going
goes to
shot
plan,
this
he's
save.
just watching goals going at the other
Yeah.
end. It's fine. He can bring a deck
Considering
chair.
we have an average of about 2 stars in the defence, he may be using more than a deck chair. But let's
We'll
see
see what
how we get on.
happens.
Let's see how we get on.
Right. Now we're doing pretty well in this competition, aren't we?
We are. We've started.
This could be what we turn our attention to
I'm handing this to assistant.
when the season starts to
when the
unravel.
season, yeah, exactly.
Because that will save your jobs, won't it? Yeah, we're 14th in the league, but at least we had a good run in Europe. Please don't sack me.
I'm slightly concerned that the sacking will come soon. But we are just obviously the second draw is the game that's currently ongoing. But we're unbeaten and we are top of the group.
Some
so
people
far.
in the chat asking about the editors. Now, the editors we're expecting to be available when the full game launches. Won't be available for beta because the data isn't final yet. Basically, will still be worked on right up until the release. So expect to see those when you get your hands on the full game.
Sure, brilliant. So here we go. This is Kev's first game entirely in charge.
What just happened?
This is all Kev's work.
Yeah.
It's Kev's philosophy.
Unless, of course, it wins. And then it was a group effort.
It's a group effort. We
Yeah.
win together. We lose together. We lose together mainly.
Yeah,
Yeah, you two.
we lose together.
Yeah, that's fine.
Someone's asking about the community outreach. We'll take a closer look at community outreach. And we'll revisit training.
Yeah.
We'll revisit training after this. But yeah, a few people asking about the different skins in game. There will be a light skin as well, of course, that we showed in the first live stream. If you want to check that out, that is on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/footballmanager. I was worried then.
I think he's very casual about that, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah. As for the dark skin, that's something you guys will have to wait and see upon full release, because I think there's still some changes happening to that. So keep your eyes peeled in the full game. People are disappointed at us playing Tinjedvaja right back. For me, he's okay on the ball.
He's fine. It's a rotation match anyway.
Exactly that.
Okay, Paulinho. It's good we won the ball as quickly as we did that. That's something we struggled with in the last few matches, winning the ball before it gets anywhere near our 18-yard box.
Exactly. Hilario manages to find
got
Baumgartner at
space.
the edge of the box. Shrek from the swamp to the...
It's just not happening, is it?
I'm going to keep running with that until it works. But
Shrek from the swamp.
yeah, not today.
It's not a fairy tale, is
Fiona,
it?
wait.
You having that? You having that?
At least we've not got a team of donkeys.
Oh,
This isn't going out on the internet, is it?
Kev,
Baumgartner
if
to
you want to
Hilario.
escape...
Hold on, how far do I have to lose to not be part of this?
Baumgartner.
Oh, why didn't who was it? Was it Bellarabi? Well, he could have turned and shot quite quickly there.
Once again, Biro 4 by Leverkusen dominating with shots and possession, but as always,
Not quite happening.
failing
for us,
to
is
make
it?
it pay. We've got another chance though.
Okay.
We do have another
Wendell.
chance. There's a highlight here. Sorry.
Oh, he's
We are
lost
in
it.
control.
We really need to win this as a bit of a
To
confidence
Belfast.
boost for the team,
Oh
don't we?
dear.
A good win here could set us up quite nicely in the league.
There's a fantastic comment in the chat.
Go on.
But it doesn't work as well when spoken. He said, "Will Shrek score an ogre, but with OG capitalised?" As it works very well in text, but not so well when it comes out of my.
It's nearly half time. It's 0-0.
We're playing well though.
14 shots.
14 shots,
60% possession. This is what we're after.
I'm confident that if we bring on some slightly more experienced, some slightly better players for the second half.
Do you want to bring it? Do you
I
want
want
to
to bring on
make it
Kevin
at
Volland
half
at half time because Alario's having a poor game, 6.5, and just that for now.
Okay.
Get into the second
Go ahead,
half.
be it, mate.
I'm going to
Second
say
half hat trick coming up here.
if we can get a goal,
He's
make
called
us
it.
favourites to
He's
win.
called it.
I mean, anyone called Kevin's pretty good as far as I'm concerned.
I completely agree. Shame there's no curses in this team.
You're going to do everything you can to make it happen, aren't you?
Can't even think of one off the top of my head, to be honest. Anyway, the opposing team looked disinterested after the half-time
Well, that's
team
good.
talk,
We can maybe
so
look to be a bit more positive then and take advantage.
they
of
may have
this.
overheard my team talk, and they were like, well,
Yeah.
"There's no point even taking part. It was so good." But
Right.
there we go.
We're still losing possession.
Yeah,
too
I'm
often.
very concerned at
This is
the way this is going.
But there doesn't seem to be much pressing going on for a pressing system.
I completely agree.
If it was me, I'd try the counter-attacking one for 40 minutes because this just isn't working.
I tell you what, Kev. I'll give it until 65 if you've not taken the lead.
Okay. Well, yeah. Can we go?
We'll
can we
go
go
for
more
it.
attacking for the next
We're
like?
going more attacking.
Just until because their body language, you can maybe use.
Yeah,
it to
they're now
Right.
composed. The time
we've
is
not
ticking
created
on,
anything.
and we are.
We've got an injury.
Now's a perfect chance.
Oh, there
Doing
we
it.
go. This is going to be your difference maker.
Shrek
Even
can't
without
play
any
that
No, we'll have to
position.
bring on. You have to bring on Aaron Geese, but then you can't
Or Kai.
you have to bring on both on. You have to bring on both on.
Yeah.
Oh, a double substitution. I
Double
like it.
substitution. So we pick up another injury with half an hour to go.
Well, let's just not do that. Make that your team talk. Don't get injured.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, Kev. How do I do that?
I tend to just say it
Faith
rather than
in
pressing
you.
the buttons.
Go out there and make a difference.
Come on, half an hour to go to get a goal.
I'm going to go on balance, not cautious.
Wow.
So
He's
you
shaking
gave,
his
you
head.
gave us a full 3 minutes of our counter-attacking system that
I
we
mean-
trained for the afternoon.
Back to cautious for you then.
He's shaking his
Shouts.
head. I'm going for the grapes again.
I'm demanding more. I mean,
You're away from home in Europe. This is a
this
perfectly acceptable
could
result.
be our first clean sheet away
All
from
thanks
home.
to me.
That's what we said, wasn't it? We wanted a clean sheet.
I've
thought
come
we were
in
winning
giving
the
you a
game.
defensive masterclass.
I'll tell you what, Kev. I can't.
I want a certificate.
Hang on,
Hang on.
hang on, Kev. If we concede here,
That's
And we've
all
got-
on you. You're
We've
the
got a
your
history
head-
of conceding late goals as well.
on your head be it. However, we are playing a counter system, so should we win the ball back,
It could be goal. It
Yeah,
could be a goal for
we
us.
could counter
Oh no, there's the clean sheet gone.
There's nothing you can do about that. He hit it too hard.
Mm.
What are you doing? Oh, you gave me a minute.
Wow.
Needs must.
Yeah, because this work. I remember this working really well in the last game.
Everyone in the chat saying Kev out at the moment.
Well, they don't know, do they? Bless them.
They don't know. What don't they know?
They,
Hey, there could be two here.
they don't know the truth of the situation. I'm reading from a script.
Oh no, this hasn't gone well, has it? I had such high hopes for this save.
Hashtag Kev does tactics.
Now we're closing. Can we
Come
do
on.
anything? Come on.
Take
come
it
on.
off them.
We need a late goal.
I'll tell you what. We it's not going well at the moment. I think.
Oh, he's just played it into his pub. Oh, it's a hell of a finish.
I was so proud of myself after I had a tactics masterclass with Miles yesterday afternoon, and I came out of that thinking I know how to do tactics finally after all these years, and here I am applying it.
Yeah, it's.
To be fair, it's Miles' fault.
Wow.
Don't
he
say it
taught me
too
everything
loud.
I know.
Oh dear. So much rotated side, isn't it?
Still top of the group.
We're still top
Still
of the
top
group.
of the group. This is their first win in the competition.
Yep.
So
What a moment. Like to give back, don't we?
congratulations.
Wow.
And there we have it.
Right.
Oh, hello. Dr. Benji's turned up in the chat, look.
I feel like that's not enough for me to. I want to be like throwing things at them, but we're just gonna have to go with that one instead.
Okay.
I'm
Just kick them all individually.
not happy with your defensive work.
Yeah. Not happy with your midfielding work.
I mean, I'm
It's getting a
gonna
mixed
stop
response.
doing it because
It's
it's not
getting a
it's not
mixed
going down
response.
too well.
Yeah, you just upset everybody there. You've had a little rage.
Let's
and
just have a look
everyone's
at the
sad.
board. Secure. So
They think we're doing a good job. So
What
something
is the expectation for where you finish this season?
well,
'Cause
I mean,
it seems
very
pretty
pleased with the
pitiful at moment.
transfers. Just so everyone knows, who made the only transfer?
else. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
That was my one. Jesse Remountsford, good. See, people like us.
Right. Go to the confidence drop now.
Just having a quick check of this. 50. We're fine. There's plenty of time.
Okay.
It's okay. It is okay. You want to go back to the.
Bottom half of
Go
the
to the
table.
confidence drop down.
My word.
Yeah. Go to competition.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Not a problem.
We're absolutely great.
Not a problem.
They just decide. They're giving you time. They've decided not to judge you in November.
Yeah, that's fine because the stream will be over by the time we'll get
And you
sacked.
can
Yeah.
pretend it never happened.
never
exactly.
happened.
Sweep all under the carpet and nobody will know. Anyway, Kev, that's been 40 minutes. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for
We're,
having me on.
we're gonna
It's been
bring-
splendid fun.
Yeah, we're going to bring some more people in now and get a little rotation. But Kev, before you leave, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on YouTube or here on Twitch. Just search for Lelujo on both of the above, and you'll find me.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your
Excellent.
time.
Thank you.
Good work,
I'll
Kev.
take these Pringles with me.
You
course
can,
you
you
can,
can take
mate.
whatever you like. Could you please send in Herb as well, please?
Oh.
I don't know who that is. Does he do YouTube?
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Kev.
Right.
Right.
What are we going to do now? So, hang on.
Um,
First of all, should we answer the question about the community outreach?
Go on then. Let's
Right.
take a look in training. Where am I going? Let's go.
You don't
to
know what you're doing.
I do know what I'm doing.
It's like,
Just
no wonder we're losing.
I could do with the recovery more than those. So it's extracurricular.
Mhm.
Let's have a look at community outreach. Just let me have a look. So improves your teamwork,
Yeah.
slightly reduces your condition, slightly increases your team cohesion.
Yeah.
Nice thing to do though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's good if you're trying to build a
And
nice.
it's something that you see
tight-knit team.
there.
Before he steps on stream,
Wow.
we're going to introduce you next to Big Herb the Nerd. Herb,
Can I just
come on
say,
in. He's
what an
coming in.
outfit.
You're not actually allowed that on stream, I'm
It's
afraid.
apple juice. Oh.
I'm sorry. I would love you to have brought in,
How many boys?
but we're fantastic.
Not well.
He's arrived. Given we're managing in
He's gone for the
can
full
we
regalia.
full?
take a step back
Yeah.
over here so everyone can see? I wasn't aware he was doing this. If you stand,
Got the,
He's even got the socks.
he's gone
socks on.
full lederhosen,
Wow.
good. I'm ready
Um,
for it.
prepared. He did also bring a beverage with him, which would have been appropriate, but given that this is a Peggy 3 game, I'm afraid we're not allowed to actually show that on screen.
My apple juice.
Your apple juice, yeah, exactly that.
Right. So yeah, community outreach is a good way to build your team
It
bonding.
is indeed.
And,
it is indeed.
I've nearly clicked
You
on that
stop
again.
messing around
How's
with
it
that.
Right.
going?
Not well.
Good.
I heard it's been bad. I mean,
Good.
I've followed on from Mr. Lelujo, who we know is terrible.
Yeah,
So-
we let him get in charge of some tactics, and it didn't go
It's all
to plan.
it's all
but,
kicking off here.
But he offered some knowledge.
Right,
We
can
we put some of it to the test, but we also took control in some places, so he's not entirely to blame.
Can I change a couple of
You
things?
can take.
What are you changing?
Right. Here's what I'm changing.
Hit crosses
Oh, my
early.
word.
Yes,
Well, 'cause
this
we-
is it.
We lose a ball because we're spending so long trying to work the ball into the box.
Sure.
But what about the long shots? How are you gonna get them off?
It's all right. It's all right.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Anyway, Herb, how you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Have you you've been getting your hands on the game?
I have been getting my hands
Over
on
the
the
last
game.
few
I'm
days.
very excited.
How are you finding it?
I'm loving it.
You
It's
are. You're loving it.
Brilliant. Yeah.
What's
Good
your
stuff.
what's your favourite? Excuse me. What's your favourite aspect so far?
I like the tactics. I like
Yeah.
the presets, and I like tweaking the presets
Right.
in the training. That's good. It gives you a little bit of an idea of how you want to play. I've been enjoying the wing play.
Is that what your system you're using?
My system I'm using it by
Okay.
Newton.
Of course. Hence the Lederhosen.
Hence the Lederhosen. I was with the boys last week at Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, and being able to tweak it's very easy to kind of start a style and then add the little bits you want in there.
Yeah.
A little bit more pressing, a little bit. Yeah.
Are you working this style in training as well? You building
Yes.
that into it? Yeah.
Training is very good.
Good.
I'm excited about it. I'm still getting to grips with it.
Yeah, there's a lot to take in.
There's a lot to take in.
Have you done
but
the induction?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I think I know what I need to do.
Yeah.
But putting it into practice is going to be the big one.
Yeah.
Because there's so much there's so many different ways you can come at it as well.
Are you do you hand it over to your assistant, or are you taking like full control?
I took full control.
Yeah.
And then I panicked, and then
Okay.
I gave it all back. So
Okay.
now I'm just making my own little tweaks here and there, but working on my own schedules.
Okay.
That's how I'm starting it.
Absolutely brilliant.
For
mate.
domination,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
And without spoiling anything, how are you getting on? I mean, presumably because you're managing the biggest team in the league,
It's
you're
going
doing
pretty
quite
well. Yeah, it's going quite well. Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Good stuff. Well,
It's-
hopefully we can take a bit of that magic.
Well, hopefully that's what I'm go down the wings.
Because as you can see here, look, it's not going great. It's not going great.
What have you been doing?
Conceding a lot of late goals. That's basically what's been going on.
The season started with us scoring late goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's flipped on its head.
I'm gonna try and get Kai Havertz to.
I'm gonna leave you guys to chat
Yeah.
for a little while.
While you rest up. Do you want to
Yeah.
take control
Tell
of
you
the
what,
mouse?
I'll take control of
You
the
do the
mouse,
mouse.
and you guys do the talking.
Okay. So basically, what's been going on is we've been dominating games. We're playing with a Gegenpress
Oh, okay.
style.
I like the Gegenpress.
Because we thought it would be a really nice way to show off the fact that tactical styles work in the match engine as you'd
Yeah.
expect them to.
Good.
But also because we thought it'd actually help us win matches. And that
Yeah.
hasn't been the case.
No.
Hasn't been the case because, we've been dominating games,
Yeah.
having a lot of shots. I think we've averaged about 20 shots a match.
I'm
That's good.
just going to jump in. I know we're making a lot of changes, but I think we need to be careful not to absolutely lose our head here,
Yeah.
because ultimately
Small tweaks.
at home we're doing okay.
Yeah.
We're doing all right. We've just had 2 poor games. Hoffenheim was a bit of a rotated squad because everyone was knackered. Excuse me. And
Like
then
your
for
voice.
And
Yeah.
then for the second game it was a heavily rotated side. I think bring things back to our strongest team, play
Yeah.
our preferred tactic, and I think we may come back to a little bit of form. Carry on as you were.
Okay, right. So,
Okay.
so we've got a few injuries.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the earlier streams. We had a goalkeeper out for 4 months,
Yeah, it's not great.
which isn't
He's
fantastic.
nearly back.
He's nearly back.
He's getting there.
So we had to make an emergency, last minute loan deal for a keeper.
Those centre backs aren't looking great.
No, there's
On the ball playing defender there.
these are rotation. These are
Okay.
rotation options. So we've got Jonathan
As I
Tarr.
say, good. You've not got injuries in the back.
We had to rest him for a couple of
That's
games. Wendell's our first choice left back. We're going to play him as we've been playing him as complete wing
Ooh,
backs,
I like it.
trying to get him forward. But as I said, we're dominating play. We've got a lot of talent in the attacking areas,
Yeah.
in particular, a lot of young talent. We're missing Leon Bailey, who was playing very, very well and then has picked up a knockout for 3 weeks. So we're just trying to again shoehorn players into positions a little bit too much.
That's not great.
Which isn't great.
That's not great.
But we've given him a day off of training
Okay, that's nice.
after our defeat to Hoffenheim last time out. So they had a day off of training,
Yep.
which hopefully has helped the senior players get back to full fitness.
Okay.
So, what we need now.
What about match review?
Well, this is why you're here, mate. This is why you're here.
Going hard. Just you're being nice.
Too nice.
Maybe too nice.
Okay. You're a bit more of a harsh task.
Yeah, if you've lost, okay, you can have a rest, but let's sit down. Let's go through.
Okay.
Let's look at where you were terrible. I really like the dividers as well.
Yeah.
The dividers are very, very nice. There's a lot of very little tweaks that we made. Which
Yeah, I mean, the other day we showed off the changes you can now make on the sidebar. You can
yes,
move any
moving
of
the
those
sidebar.
options.
We're all very
Yeah.
excited about moving the sidebar.
Yeah, split view as well.
Split view. Yeah.
All good stuff.
I
Lots
like
of good
split
stuff. And obviously plenty of stuff for you guys to go and discover yourselves once
Yeah.
you get your hands on the game. But really, our issue has always been, since we've started this save, has been scoring the chances that we create. We're not
Okay.
doing that enough. What advice? Obviously, you're coming with one of the best attacks in world
Yeah.
football.
Just I'll just let them do their thing. Really.
So you haven't really got to
They-
make that many
No,
tweaks.
no, but I've got a strong header of the ball,
Okay.
which always helps.
Which we don't really
how are
have.
you crossing? No.
Well,
You're
I've asked them to play crosses now with the wingers.
Okay.
Because we had it on work ball into box before,
Yeah.
and they were playing it around the box. They weren't
Okay,
really
right.
making that final ball. So if we can try and get it in there sooner, because look, we've got
Also,
Kevin.
you've got a lot of support play on there
Do
for a Gagan.
taken it
when
off.
you're going forward, you want to go
Just,
forward.
just to clarify, I've taken off hit early crosses, but we're also going to keep work point to the box on. With Kevin Volland up top,
There's.
It's just
Do I need to sit in the middle of you two?
Sorry.
sorry,
hang on.
I think with Kevin Volland up top, jumping reach of 9. I don't want to be we're wasting opportunities, Tom. Sorry to disagree with you there.
That's what I was kind of coming around to that point.
Yeah, so
Hang on.
no hit early crosses,
Alright,
I'm
fine.
afraid. And I'm going to take off play for set pieces because we put it on after scoring a bunch of free kicks.
And then since
And
then,
then since then,
Stop scoring free kicks.
stop scoring free
Yeah.
kicks.
That might help.
So
How are your lines of play?
very high.
Very high.
Yeah.
Oh, very yes.
It's
Really high.
gegenpress.
You've gone full gegenpress.
it's
That's good.
gegenpress. Okay. All right. Well, if you're gonna change the tactic, then
Wow.
Yeah,
then
and
I
so
can't. You know.
so I'd just like to say I can't speak and write a lot, but
Well, I will say.
what I decided to do was whilst you two were having a chat, I feel like
Change everything.
so apologies for that. I've taken control. I've
Yeah.
bought in my preferred 11.
My preferred.
My
Right,
preferred
then it's
11.
all me now, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Me.
And if this goes well, great.
Then I'll take the credit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's all down to me.
And
yeah.
if it goes wrong, I'll tell you what. I'll hold my hands up and I'll say, I'll let you
I
all
was gonna say,
down.
change your crosses. There
Yeah,
we
I was
go.
just going to whip crosses.
Whip
I will
crosses.
admit if it goes wrong,
I'm-
but I'm not going to talk for a few minutes other than
Okay.
to celebrate.
Alright.
Are you going to watch?
Celebrate
You
the
just want to watch your success happen.
Absolutely.
I would say maybe some more attacking options in that front three somewhere.
Okay.
If,
Well,
if you're working the ball forward,
You're an
you wanna make
absolute
sure
man,
we get
aren't
the
you?
I'm not having the best of times.
He's just dropped his
Having
phone,
the best of times.
nearly into his
into
cup.
my honey and lemon, which is going to see me through. Yeah, we need to make some. I kind of got a little bit excited with that bench there. I'm going to take out
yeah.
Come on.
some tough choices here.
There's no organisation there. That's triggering me a little bit.
Yeah, so
A very defensive-minded
It-
bench
it's
with
al-
a very attacking
It's
formation.
almost
It is.
it's almost like you've got a clash of
would,
Clash
any-
of styles.
Yeah.
Together,
would anyone be upset if I went without a goal?
No,
No.
Okay, that's good to know.
we'll save that.
Yeah.
Watch the keeper get injured after about 10 seconds.
It's
Sorry.
fine. It's
There
all.
we go.
It's all.
Right.
It's okay. It's nice.
So we've got Luke Solario, we've got Bellarabi, De Jong. Even though
He's a playmaker.
ignore these two
Yeah.
because he has 6 tackling.
Oh wow.
So he is a central midfielder.
yeah. He's a central.
And he will. So ignore the fact.
Okay.
I know it looks like we have,
Yeah.
You've got all the defenders.
but that's
yeah.
not the case. Also, whilst we were away, obviously you noticed I added the dividers.
Yeah.
I've gone for some interesting ones here because
Okay.
we've got a very high press.
Yep.
And I thought determination, work rate, natural
fitness.
fitness, stamina. These were important.
Yeah.
So these are white players, obviously Sven Bender and Julian Baumgart. I understand they're on the bench,
Okay.
Yeah.
but obviously it's very strong in our midfield. Strong with Kevin Volland. Just thought I'd
Do you want to show people how to add in dividers?
absolutely.
See, we've shown them, but we haven't really shown how to add
Of
them in.
course. So,
Do it.
for example, if I go here, it's actually add separator,
Add separator. That's all.
and you can go left, you can go right, and take it off,
Ooh.
or you can go both, which that looks
that's
quite
I
nice.
like-
though,
I like
actually.
that.
Looks
Yeah.
quite nice. Or
Don't mind it, mate.
if you don't fancy it, nothing at all. I'm going to keep with both.
Yeah,
Well, that was the highest pitched noise.
Little squeak.
And that will be the last noise I make for now.
Okay. Right.
That is a very small change, but it's extremely helpful. When you set up the wide grids, it's something that I like to do like mid-season and then or just before transfer periods, before you get out into the scout market, looking for your next signings, looking at your stats. Okay, how are my players playing? Who's good? Who's bad? End of season reviews. Being able to just box off those like into the little areas you want to look at is
Absolutely.
Extremely helpful.
Yeah.
And it's all about the minor changes this year.
Yeah. And training, which is massive.
Well, of course. That's if. I can't. I didn't even
phrased that
mean that
horribly, didn't
because
you?
because in reality, there's an enormous change to tactics, enormous
Yeah.
change to training. But I think it's something that a lot of you guys have picked up. That
Yeah.
it's things that you didn't know you wanted,
Yes.
but stuff like separators. I would have never thought. I tell you what, I need some separators, but they
you go.
make a
Coloured
huge difference.
coloured ratings
As well.
Just
Yeah.
brilliant.
It's the little things.
It is the little things.
Okay. Should we get into this game?
Yeah.
Come on. We're at home. We should now. Usually we're at home. We do quite well.
Yeah, I mean, hence that's why I'm saying this is all me,
Okay.
because I'm pretty confident in what we're about to do.
No, is it bad? Part of me wants us to get absolutely
A little
pumped.
bit.
It's nice to know.
Come on, man. I'm on your side. I'm on your
Yeah.
side.
Glad someone is.
I mean, the only issue is you've made all these changes and you've taken how much medication?
far too much,
Enough
or
to-
not enough.
A lot.
Yeah. Wow.
There's a lot of honey and lemon going around.
Yeah. Has his judgment been clouded by the by the pharmaceuticals that he's? I mean, you've
Well,
got
we're about to find out.
that's a whole packet of empty cold and flu tablets there.
So it's across 2 days.
Okay.
Okay.
Just to add, I genuinely have been sticking to the recommended daily dosage.
Always stick to a recommendation.
Always stick to the recommended.
Right, here we go. Here's your
Right.
first big moment for your new style. How's it going to end up? Oh, it's
Oh,
1-0.
oh.
That was 6 minutes.
Well.
6 minutes before your revolutionary tactical
Yeah.
style.
Didn't want that to happen, did you?
Just skip that.
Yeah. we're skipping highlights. No.
Just didn't want to see
Here we
it.
go. Now for
The
the real
rage.
stuff.
Now for the real
Wendell.
stuff. You've got your cursor in the middle of the screen.
Sorry.
Come on.
Oh, he's missed the header. It's a great
That was-
tackle. It was a great tackle.
Yeah.
Needed to
It
make
needed
it.
to make it. Oh, that ball forward.
It's aimless, isn't it?
I thought it was. Yeah. What's your passing on? What are your defenders doing?
Oh, it's just all.
You're playing out from the back. You might.
Oh. Saved by the goalkeeper.
I tell you what, this is stressing me.
Do you know
out a
what?
little bit.
If you are playing on the 3D with Director, I quite like putting the little radar in at the bottom.
Okay.
On it, because you can see your shape. You would have seen then that your right back was nowhere near that man. He'd lost him.
I'll save it for now. I'll do it in a minute.
I
He
fine.
doesn't want. Do you want to see any more of his?
He doesn't want to see any more.
I'm
He's booked.
Oh.
Is he booked?
Oh,
No,
he's
it's
not.
just a
He's
free
got away
kick.
with
Okay. Well, as a quote from about 2 minutes ago, I'm confident about this.
Yeah.
I am. There's 80 minutes still on the
Okay.
clock.
Okay.
Also like to point out that I love the colour the three of
Yep.
us have
Yeah.
gone for.
Yeah.
Very, very, very bright and cheerful.
Yeah, like the mood around this club
Oh.
at the moment.
Ooh.
with
Well,
us in
we're trying
charge.
to match the kit where possible.
Oh, okay. That's exactly what I was doing.
Right.
I mean, we started day one with 2 kits.
Yeah.
And down
Yeah.
to 1.
Now we're none.
Maybe that's the problem.
You're not showing the faith.
Yeah, we've
Have you got your home
taken
kit with
off
you?
the kit.
Paulinho.
Paulinho,
No.
Bender,
There we
Good
go.
save. Good save.
tipped over the bar. Someone said someone let Tom go home. Seriously, poor bloke is sick. Clearly.
Oh.
Now that's Tom.
I think
Yeah.
he's got a wrong one
This
there.
is this is Curtis.
Yeah.
Um,
That's embarrassing again.
I mean, that you may also be sick.
Probably.
Sick. I think maybe sick of each other.
Yeah. Absolutely not. I'd never be sick at Tom.
Oh, come on, mate.
But I should probably
Don't
start
touch me.
touching
Yeah,
you.
don't touch me.
Yeah, the sickness is.
Can I just say once again, we're dominating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. This
I
could
mean-
go in.
Oh.
That's
It's
our
all about
problem.
the goals, though, really, isn't it? You
Yeah.
don't really get any points for dominating the game because you're really not dominating. Your highlights are all over the shop.
Yeah. That's got to find someone. It's again. We're in the
Look at
ball.
this. Your press isn't working.
Mm.
You've got one man pressing the ball.
I have to say, I'm slightly concerned that ahead of beta, that I may have made a large chunk of the Football Manager content creation community sick.
Oh,
That is a concern.
that is the worry.
I mean,
We'll power through.
we've got beta coming by the end of the week, and everyone may be bedridden. Here we
Could
are.
fine.
happen.
Here we are.
Play in bed.
True.
The
Can you
beauty-
create content in bed?
I will try. If
Football
it comes
ma-
to it,
football manager content.
It's
Um,
not gone well.
No,
Holland is.
he's
Look at
frustrated.
it. Of course he's frustrated. He's not. You're not
Are
getting
you,
the ball.
are you still confident in your system?
Yeah.
Can we look at it at half time? Maybe just put
I-
some like team instructions on the table. maybe
All
for
I'm
the
gonna
special.
say, maybe hand it over to this man for half-time changes.
I'll tell you what, I will
I'm not
be.
saying I mastered Gegenpress in
I-
FN18,
I
but
will-
I definitely did.
I
So.
will be fair, and I will allow you to take control from the next game.
Okay.
I'm going to
Okay.
take control for this
All right.
entire match.
You mean the away game
Oh!
against Dortmund?
He's
There you go.
equalised.
Just trust
Have a little
me.
faith.
He may be
Have a
frustrated,
little faith.
but Kevin Volland's put the ball into the back of the net.
Is he still frustrated? though?
Please.
But let's not forget that that's the first real highlight you've had.
But they've also.
And it came from a deflection.
We got very lucky there.
Yeah, you got very, very lucky. Let's not
Good finish, though.
celebrate yet.
Good finish.
He managed to head it.
Yeah,
It was good.
it's on target.
It was,
We
yeah.
struggle with that a lot of times
Wound up.
this season.
There we go. He's back to calm. He's cycled all the way through those.
Give him a shout. No.
Ew. Oh,
Don't want to go before half time, just time to concentrate.
You've overwhelmed him now.
you have overwhelmed him.
I mean, how hard is it to
You've
concentrate?
overwhelmed him. And
How
your
hard is
defence
it to
does not know what
concentrate?
they're doing. But you've got there. Well done.
I tell you what, I'm happy.
All right.
Wendell's not having a good game,
No,
and it's showing.
it is showing.
It's
I'm
all right.
going to be honest. I'm going to
We
just
haven't
be
got any options on
calm.
the bench, have we?
I'm going to be calm.
You've got a lot of defenders.
We've got
Yeah.
Dalbert. I'm not going to make a change just yet.
No, let him play. Give him a bit of time. 10 minutes. Oh, this is much nicer.
Go on. If we can get
Oh, he's a bit greedy, but alright,
great,
you go
it's
for the-
decent ball. First time.
Oh my word! Oh my word!
Again, no, that would have been lucky.
I would
We're
have.
lucky. We've spent hours on the training ground for that.
If that had gone in, I think I would have been off down the corridor.
Yeah,
That would have been it.
They're still overwhelmed by my shout.
it might have been overwhelmed by the shot.
Shot,
Yeah.
yeah.
Overwhelmed by the shot.
Wow.
So I did say I was going to bring on Dalbert, and I forgot to do so. So I'm going to allow him
That's
on.
fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm also. I'm going to make him no, I'm not. I'm
No,
not. I'm
no,
not.
he's been doing a good job.
Okay.
Yeah, you got the assist.
Yeah.
Put a nice ball in.
Sure.
He's been
He
playing.
put a
pretty much
couple of
as a
nice
winger
crosses
anyway.
in.
A bit floaty though.
Mm.
A little bit floaty.
Didn't- yeah, did
I've
we
got,
not say
I've
it's
got
a
whips.
whip?
I've got them on.
He's not listening.
He's not listening. Have a word.
Just now,
Get
Dragovic
it
has
down.
it.
Get it down.
We need
Gotta
to win
win
it
that.
back
Gotta win
instantly.
that.
Got to get the ball down.
Dalbert is
Dalbert.
closing down.
He's missed his
Oh,
tackle. He's gone
dived
way
in.
too far.
Bender's back to
Larson,
cover
go
though.
on. Yeah.
Wood. Oh, it's
Oh,
off the
he
bar.
We're
It's off
really
the bar.
struggling from crosses here. They are tearing us apart. But
It's all right, mate.
I don't know what to
Oh,
change.
jeez, you are being dominated here.
Cheers, Herb.
Look at this. Well, I'm just trying to help, but also.
Poke fun
It's
at
fine.
my.
It's fine.
I just want to check that didn't go in.
Right.
There we go.
Come on
Right.
then. Let's have a look. Well, we've got to make a change. I'd say.
You've been lucky. You're lucky to be drawing.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Going with this.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, he's just good. No matter what we say, mate.
He
He's
just
gonna.
does
He's
what he
gonna.
wants, doesn't he?
Go with orders. He's a
I'll
loose
sit
cannon.
Can I just say
Can I get
what?
my apple juice off and I'll just poke my head off?
You can actually do that if you'd wish.
Oh.
Just don't show it. Don't show it. You showed it!
I didn't show anything.
Anyway,
It's better make you.
the league
a
table's
tactical genius
disappeared.
as well.
I think
I already am a tactical genius.
Right.
they didn't want us to see the league table. So there we go, it's back now.
Good.
How many points?
20
off?
minutes left on the clock.
I mean, we're 3 points off 6.
I feel like they're going to snatch it at the end.
That's happened too often.
We've
Well,
had
I can
25
see it.
shots,
Hang on,
chaps.
hang on,
Charles
hang
Arangues
on, hang
in the
on.
corner.
Let's just
Oh,
wait
he
and
set
see.
pieces. Why were they
Back,
outside?
back out, back out.
They were love training then.
Nice, nice.
Come on.
Another
Nice.
chance. Brant.
Put it in.
Nice.
Been on-
Bender.
Oh! Just shoot!
shoot!
Oh!
Hey,
Yes!
Big Kev.
Get
I
in.
moved him out wide.
Get in!
For all of our domination.
Oh.
25 shots.
Good
That'll
work,
be
mate.
27, I think, after that highlight.
Look at this little touch here, though. Oh, that was
Beautiful. What were they
this was-
doing?
I was worried.
What
yeah.
were they doing?
The post.
Oh,
Oh,
my word.
oh,
That's a great assist there
that
from
was
number
great. He wasn't
13.
even looking. He give it the old.
No look.
No
It
look.
didn't even give it to him. Didn't even give it to him. Right,
That
what
is
I'm going
huge.
to do,
That is huge.
I'm
You
going
needed
to
Go more defensive.
just going to. I don't know if I want to make any more changes. I think I'm happy with this.
that. Yeah.
No,
There we go.
I'm making
Drop in
defend.
All right,
Get him in there. Just throwing the tackles in. He might actually help out with Dolbert on the left. as well.
we've still got one more sub if you want to use one more sub.
No, I'm okay for now.
Yeah.
That's a very high line.
Gonna keep that the way it is.
All right.
Look at this. 27 shots to 10, 15 on target to 3.
Yeah, but that would just say to me that they've
Oh,
had 3
hang on,
shots
hang
and
on,
scored a
hang on.
goal.
You can doubt me all you like, chaps.
No, well, it's not over yet.
It is
Let's
no
just
way.
wait.
Your conversion's terrible.
It's been the way all season.
Yeah.
We've been working on it in training.
Get on
Hasn't happened.
Oh,
Jonathan Tarr wins the ball
that's a
back.
lovely little tackle. Go on. Brandt has been on form.
Yeah,
He's
he's
played
been-
well.
He played
So,
very well.
particularly since he's moved to the left,
I like
which
him.
was-
Oh, that was a
wasn't
nice
really-
little idea.
which
it
was
was
a
nice.
tactical masterclass from myself.
Well intercepted.
Albert
Swinging
down the
in.
left.
Swinging in.
Need a
Throwing
nice
tactical
cross here.
masterclass around there a little bit, isn't he?
Here we
Oh,
go.
we-
Oh!
Yes!
All right, maybe.
Listen, chaps.
Maybe.
I tell you what.
Everyone here tore me apart after 10 minutes.
Do it away from home.
Yeah.
Also,
do it away from
in
home.
Maybe do it
addition,
in the cold.
in addition, everyone was saying, give Herb the game from half time. I said, hear me out, and look where we are. Look where we are.
do it
3-1
away
up.
from home. Do it away
Fantastic
Yeah.
goal from Malario. I tell you what, Tom, I will do it away from home. Don't you worry.
from home. All right.
He's getting very cold.
We're above Dortmund.
Of course we are.
No
next
mean
game,
feat.
isn't it?
Is
It
it
is.
next?
It's the
I
next
think it's
game.
next game.
Oh, good. I mean,
Do it away from home.
I mean,
Do it
I'll
away.
tell you
I
what,
thought you
Herb,
knew that. That's why he's not going to have it.
you,
No, no, no.
You can take care
no,
of
no,
this.
no. Let's see it go.
Well, never mind.
Well, we're 4 minutes added on here, so there's still time for us to get another.
Oh,
And another.
and another. Oh,
Oh.
oh.
It's going
Bobby
to hit the
Wood.
woodwork.
Oi!
Told ya. Bobby Wood's going to hit the woodwork.
He got his pud in as well.
Just
Everything's
outside.
coming up. Everything's coming up
It
Curtis
is.
at the moment, isn't it? Apart from your
Look at his face.
Yeah.
yeah,
Apart from the
Your health.
yeah, apart from everything,
Yeah.
everything inside of me. But
If you could have
There
heard him
we
when
go.
if you could have heard him when you came in this morning, it was
no, if you could have
Yeah.
heard me when I woke up this morning.
You couldn't hear him when you
Yeah.
came in this morning. It was quite funny.
As I said, passed the late fitness test, just about made it in. But here we are.
That's another nice feature. The fitness test.
Yeah,
Little
the
yellow
icon.
icon.
Yeah.
Just
That's
before a
the-
game, lets you know. I'm pretty sure it is the Dortmund game next.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, 13
It
days.
is. Oh, so
At least
that's
we get a
good
bit of a
though.
break.
That's
We
good.
get a bit of a break.
So what I'm going to do is going to be international break. We're going to look at what's our training calendar looking like. So week 1, we've got a lot going on.
Yeah. A lot
There-
of defending.
this is assumed that we are playing a match, so we're going to take match practice off,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to go for I'm going to go attacking patient because I feel like we're shooting far too often, and I want them
You
to
are.
just to find the opportunity, and we're gonna change these two to be chance conversion. Obviously,
Oh, there we go.
We're gonna
You-
do that.
You should probably do.
we're going to do that
yeah,
all
a
day
lot.
Sunday. Gonna do that all day Sunday.
All day Sunday. How do you spend your Sunday? Ah,
Chance
chance conversion.
Back in the net.
And there we go. That's us done for now.
You really know how to have a great time on the Sunday, don't you?
You know me.
Wild days, right?
Shows to light in Schneck. Have a little look, see how the chaps are doing as well. I forget which one it is. There's too many screens.
Individual.
Here we
There
go,
you go.
individual. Here we go. So Stanley Lewis
Nice.
is having
All the
a
youngsters are
fantastic
doing,
time.
The
doing great.
youngsters
jobs.
are-
Doing well. But Kev Volland,
Yeah.
he's working hard.
Consistent.
Mhm.
And I think it's that's important. Slightly disappointed in 2 of our low knees actually.
Oh.
Funny, interesting that the 2 low knees are not putting a shift in.
Have a look at the dynamics.
Yeah, I was
page.
going to say, is it because they're not gelling?
Go to social groups.
Social groups.
Yeah, they're sort of.
Outsiders still.
Yeah.
3 low knees now. So Paulinho's still struggling to fit in,
Mm.
That's a big core social group.
which would
Unusual,
explain why they listen to me so often.
He's
Okay.
won one game.
Yeah, you look at it, it's all gone to his head.
It's completely gone to his head.
That's the way it should
Can you
be.
imagine how bad it is when he start like in the office when he
Yeah.
starts playing the game and it's sometimes he can be successful.
Yeah.
I'll give him that, but it's the gloating. That's what you don't need.
He's a sore winner.
A little bit,
Oh.
a little bit.
The worst.
I've just promised Lars Bender some starts. Obviously, he's a core part of the team now in my system. So I've told him that he'll be playing some more.
Oh dear.
The Morton press.
We'd like to take some questions from the chat as well. So if anyone has any questions, drop them down below. Originally, I'd planned for this stream to go on for about 2 hours, but I think we can go a little bit longer than that.
Yeah.
I think we can edge it out a little bit
Are you
longer.
sure you can
Look at
last
your
that long?
I might not, but
Okay.
I can stay in charge of the
The
mouse.
system will live long after.
That's exactly that.
Yeah.
So
I think we've had a person in Team of the Week every single week, apart from
So you
maybe the
should.
Hoffenheim game, and yet we're 8th.
No, that's what you're saying. So late goals.
very true. Very, very true.
We're away. We're away again.
Big game. Big game.
Question, Tom. Are there any other skins than this?
Yes. Yes. So we've already shown off the light skin, which was on Friday's stream, wasn't it?
That's right.
So yeah, we're going to give you different options. I personally have been playing just with the default skin because I went back to FM18.
Yeah.
Once you've had it, you can't go back.
I
Right?
like the colour.
Yeah. It's just like
Long live the purple.
I think the very first time you see it, it's a little
bit.
overall.
Yeah.
But as soon as you start playing with it, it
And some of the screens as well, like player profiles and stuff, look great. with
Yes.
it. So yeah. Obviously, we're still giving you those options.
Can I just say,
Oh, no.
no, I adjusted the training system for the week. Kai Havertz just described training as very exciting at the moment. So,
There's a man who probably
Yeah.
needs to find.
He's not got to Sunday yet, though.
Yeah.
Has he? We're only on Friday.
maybe he should try playing Football Manager,
Yeah.
and then he would understand what
Yes.
exciting is.
Exactly. Long live the, I mean, like actually the purple when it mixes with the team colours.
Yeah.
I think we've said it before, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's the
Some
other thing.
interesting mixes in there.
Like the way the team colours are now brought out a
Yeah.
lot more as well. Really good stuff.
There we go. Any more questions in the chat, please do let us know. We'll try our best to cover whatever we can talk about. Obviously, there's some things we can't necessarily cover today, but where possible, we will do our best to get it covered.
Look at this.
We've got some exciting
some
young
potential
players
in
in the
there.
squad. We
Yeah,
really
you
do.
have.
We're a very
This
young
is
squad.
why I've been trying to push through Adrian
Yeah.
when possible. I think obviously Leon Bailey's going to hopefully he should be back
He
for
should
the
be back
Dortmund
soon.
game, which is would be close. Maybe on the bench, but I think going forward for our European games, we need to be getting
Yeah,
these four
yeah,
in the
Are
squad.
you using the training ratings to give those?
We
youngsters a
did
chance
actually,
for
yeah.
that?
We gave Kevin Bakusa a start recently because of his training rating, and
I like
it helped Frankie de Jong get himself in the side. So
Okay, it's good.
stuff.
Glad to see you're using the features, guys.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Exactly
So, well, it's not a lot to say
that.
there.
No,
really.
no.
No.
So 30 more if we want to go into depth of their.
There's a lot of positives.
There are a
There's
lot.
not many weaknesses. That's
Quite a few for some of the teams. There's a lot less.
Yeah.
I like this. This is a very good one. Read this for us, Tom.
This is a closely knit group of players who often display high levels of individual and collective teamwork. Brackets, Bender's work ethic may help to combat this.
I love this.
Oh.
He's going to work so hard
work so he's gonna
to bring them
destroy
apart.
them.
He's going to be like, "Did you hear what Royce said about you?"
Little whispers in the ear.
That's fantastic.
Right.
Agility.
Okay,
I like
here we
the
go.
agility is like a panther.
Should we go through some of the questions we've been getting?
Yeah. If there's any on there that you like the look of,
Let's
obviously
have a look.
there's some stuff that we can't talk about, guys.
Yeah.
A few questions coming in. There's particular things that we can't actually discuss, I'm afraid.
We've shown a lot of questions about new gen faces. You just hit yourself in the face.
Yeah.
Nice.
I hope I didn't think anyone noticed.
A lot of questions about new gen faces. We've shown some of them off already.
Yeah.
When we've been playing through, we showed from the very first screen we looked at. Obviously, our manager screen.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go. There's an example.
Lovely.
So you can see they've definitely been improved upon from FM18.
They are. They're looking nice.
Good.
And
I like them.
the managerial face gen this year is, I
Yeah,
think it's
there's a
absolutely
lot of-
fantastic. When you pop your picture in,
Yeah.
works really
There's,
nicely.
No beards though.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, I mean, I asked nicely, but
we'll have to.
next year.
You can add the
scan you
beard
in.
on. We can add the beard on.
Scan my
after.
beard in.
Yeah. But yeah, we didn't show the manager creation, did we, when
We
we
did
first
not.
started?
Ah.
So we want to save that for you guys when you get your hands on the game. Okay. Are you scouting?
I was just
already?
having a look at Scout Center. Just something.
Not happy.
A little
You haven't got any
notification.
money.
Yeah, I spent.
Yeah. Do you
more
know
money.
what? Yeah. But hang on a minute. That's
I
a very
saw-
good
I
point.
saw. Yeah. The whole
Someone
lot.
asked.
We won't have any money in January. Either.
Lederhosen's on Nugents.
Lederhosen's every time.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Here we go. So we're approaching match day now. We're playing on the Saturday. Leipzig obviously are continuing to run a form which
They are.
is interesting. Dortmund sit
Yeah, this is your
almost
chance to
almost
start
identical.
pushing
Yeah,
right?
we can start.
Okay, it's tight though. It's very, very tight.
It is indeed a win today.
Yeah.
Is
Can we just talk about the
absolutely
surprise
monumental.
package for a second?
Let's
Look
have
at
a-
that.
who
It
was
looks it's
that?
in second place.
Yeah.
Eintracht Frankfurt.
They've done well. They had a good season last
They did
season.
have a good
Obviously, they
season last
finished in 8th, but they had a cup
Cup
run.
run.
Yeah.
They played very well and they've got some exciting young players. The Bundesliga's a great place at the moment. There's a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
is. There's a lot
lot of
things
exciting young talent, and obviously it's the best time for you guys to manage the
in there.
Bundesliga.
5.5 was in there. You'd let him get away with that.
Who was that?
Here's our
Our
backup
training.
keeper. Can we hang on?
Hey.
Rather than focusing on the negatives, let's focus on the 10.0.
Hey,
Yeah.
we can, but you know,
And
just saying, don't forget the negatives.
I'm not going to ask Kai again about the training, but I bet he's finding
Yeah.
it very exciting.
So we're
once
getting
again.
a question about the mentoring as well. So
Sure.
if you want to
Yeah.
go into training, now we had a look at this again on Friday. So we've got a group set up. So what you can do now with mentoring is create little mentoring groups. So but as part of when what are you saying here? My mates,
Yeah.
the whole squad. Add the whole squad in. So what you can do now is put together groups where you'll have some younger players working with some more senior players to really help them develop their game and also develop their personalities. So it's a little bit more advanced than the tutoring system we
Yep.
had last time.
I
And
like it.
as part of the training revamp, we obviously worked with real coaches, clubs, managers, etc. And they were all telling us, this is how they set up that sort of system as part of their team. So yeah, it's directly taken from what happens on real training pitches.
And it looks good. You can really get into, especially if you're looking at areas, or
Yeah.
you can split it by positions, and you can
Yeah.
do a lot of different things.
And as coach shown here, it doesn't have to be like a small group.
No,
you can have
no, right.
a lot of people in one group. You can have people in split across different groups. So
And you can have more than one influential player in
Yeah,
there, which
yeah,
helps
yeah.
boost the chance then
Yeah.
of it having an impact, and points you back to the dynamics.
exactly.
As you can see here, there's also the estimated influence on groups. So
Yeah.
here we've got a team leader and 2 highly influential players. The 2 highly influential players are resilient and professional, as well as the professional at the top. Thought this would be nice for a bunch of youngsters that are balanced, spirited, just to kind of just boost them up a little bit. And obviously we've basically got Lars Bender and Leon Bailey just kind of helping the rest of these guys as well. And interestingly, this year, it's not just the younger players that can have an influence.
Yeah.
As you can see, Kai Havertz is 19, but whereas an influential player, he's got a strong situation within the team.
Yeah.
He'll have an average influence on the players around him.
And you may not want to use mentoring just to
I've just asked assistant to assign.
all your hard work.
Everything I've just worked on is out the window.
But you don't have to use this just to bring like new players,
No.
young players through the ranks. You can also use it to integrate with new players into
Yeah.
the squad. So if you've got someone from
I'm really disappointed that I've just done that. By the way, it's brilliant. It's there
Yeah.
for you because saves you having to, if you're not
Yeah,
interested,
yeah,
in
yeah.
Just do that. But I
You
really
spent
I
ages
spent
on it.
quite a
It's
bit of
been-
time
it's been a
crafting that out.
Yeah.
Never mind.
but yeah, if you're signing a player from one country and you have someone in the squad
Yep.
already from that country, great way to bring them through,
Pair them up.
make them work closely. Yeah,
I like that there's no age limit on it. That
yeah.
anyone can improve. It's
Exactly.
just about chances and likelihood.
So that's another area where we've obviously introduced dynamics into the game and expanding on it from last year.
Yes.
Obviously brought it into the team talks as well, so you guys can see what effect your team talk is having on influential players. And you can also see players getting inspired by what's
I like
happening.
it. Yeah. There's a lot more in there.
Yeah. So it's really important to keep your team leaders happy.
Indeed. It's not so nice when you see it going the wrong way though.
No.
I haven't had that, but I've seen others.
Oh, of course you haven't
Obviously.
had that. Obviously.
A few questions about liberos. How many liberos can you have in a team, Tom, and why?
Do you know what? Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
I wasn't prepared for that.
Let's show
I know
it.
the answer. So you
Go
can
on.
have one.
Yeah.
You can have one,
You can have one.
You can have one.
There you go.
and he must be in the centre.
Yeah.
Because
Ah.
that's why, Tom.
He's playing in the centre. He's dropping slightly deeper behind the other defenders. What's interesting, obviously, you can,
Simply, it just wouldn't make sense.
it wouldn't make
No,
sense if
That's
he's
not how
yeah.
it works.
But also, you can have him. We had him as a 5 there. You could just have one libero at the heart of the defence with two fullbacks as well. So
Absolutely.
wow.
I mean,
there you go.
I probably wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
No,
But if you believed you were absolutely dominating the league and want to score for fun,
Yeah.
probably a good approach to take. But anyway, let's
get
let's
picking.
crack
Well,
into
this
it.
is a huge game.
This
for
is
us.
huge. This is.
There's no.
Are we
this
happy
is a
with the
true
squad so
test.
far? So obviously,
I mean, you're asking us, but are you just going to do
Yeah,
what
you
you
just
want?
go do what you want.
absolutely. So
Okay, I'm just checking because
Leon Bailey. If we have a little look, he's not completely.
I'll stick on the bench.
Yeah,
Stick on
so,
the bench.
so he's on our bench for this game. Great option to bring on for
Yep.
either of these two. Lario, obviously, I tell you what, I was really happy when
I'm worried by this.
the
now.
second half of the last game.
I like that.
When the animation.
the animation.
Yeah.
Second half of the last game, we changed it to this.
It
Volland,
worked.
Volland on the right
okay,
with Alario up top and
but
Brandt on the
Volland's
left.
goal did come from a corner.
Yes,
the second
yes,
one, when he's
yes.
on the right. Just,
But
just offering insight.
he did scored a goal
Yeah.
and Alario also scored.
Okay,
So
I say to get all the goal scorers on.
for me, I was a big fan of the way the team played in the second half.
Yeah.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna stick with it.
He was a big fan of the way the team played.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah.
He really was.
So
We'll see now.
I don't know if you.
We
guys
might.
will.
We might as well just not be.
I
You
know.
know.
I will. I'm just
Listen.
enjoying just sitting here watching.
Right.
Hopefully, a downfall. It's not my team, so
Well, we need some positivity here.
you
Right.
can do it.
So we're going into our next game now.
Oh, look at that formation.
The big game. I'm gonna wear my heart on the sleeve for this one because I feel like my reputation's on the line.
It is a little bit, yeah.
And I'm going to go with this one because when I say the media, I mean the chat and the two people sat next to me. So
We're not been on their backs. We've been on your.
you've
yeah.
been on my. When I say your backs, I mean listen, team, do this for me.
You've got to.
Please.
You've got to do
And I'm
this.
slightly concerned that it may have a negative impact, but it doesn't.
Nothing.
Just a few of them listen
literally
passionately.
Don't care about what you're saying. Interesting.
Well, that would make more than 11 of them. Marco Reus is unavailable. I'm going to passionately say any team with missed player of his calibre.
Put pressure on him. Put a bit of mind games. Bit
Yeah.
of mind games just before
I'll
kick
be honest,
straight in.
I'd love to have it. Anyway, we're.
Oh, that was
I
a
didn't even
bad
catch
start.
that. I didn't even
It
catch
was a
that.
bad start. We
It
gave
was
the ball away
possessed.
pretty much straight away.
From kickoff.
Somehow.
And you've not won it back yet.
It's fine.
We'll be alright.
Please
Yeah.
don't concede within a minute. Oh no.
It's alright, it's gone out of play. It's gone out of play. You're fine. They have got an injured player already, Axel Witsel, carrying a knock.
Are you suggesting give him a little bit of a kick? Maybe?
Well, can't hurt, can it? Well, not us.
Well, yeah.
Can hurt him.
Hopefully it will. I mean,
Have
well,
you-
you're not letting a goal, so that's good.
There you go. And we're
6
up,
minutes
up
last
to
time.
sixth
Can you go
place.
into the opposition instructions? Obviously.
Oh yeah, you're not happy with that.
Oh.
Sorry, I've gone the long way. Do you want me to ask my assistant for it?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Let's just get some. 'Cause I feel like
Sure, fine.
if we can try and.
Ooh, I do not like this.
Where's that guy? That's a hell of a
That
switch.
was a risky.
I'll tell you what. It's
Unorthodox,
opened up
but
a
I
lot of
like
space.
it.
Once more to Kev.
Oh, here he goes.
Go on,
Come on,
use
my
your pace, use your
tactics.
pace.
My
Away,
tactics
away.
are good. I'll put him out right.
Go on.
One more.
Oh, oh, I just ran into traffic.
It's not over.
It
It's
is
not
not.
over. Ooh,
Wow.
Here we go.
Okay. You're not.
Go on, there's space down that flank.
Brand
There's
again.
space down
Look at
that
that, he's
flank.
kept it in.
there.
Whip
He's
it in.
done very well.
Whip it in.
God.
Oh!
Oh
Oh!
my word. Oh my
Warren would
word.
put that way, I think.
Just a note as well, they're a great example of the new ball physics.
Yeah.
As the ball curved back
Big
into
fan of
play.
that.
It's fantastic. You see it a lot in corners as well here,
Yeah.
Arangis.
Well,
That's-
I'm
that's
using the
corner.
wing play. There's a lot of
You'll
putting the
see
ball
it a lot.
behind the
You'll
defenders.
see it a lot.
Oh,
We're in a
it
good
looks
space
good.
here
It
though.
looks good.
Dragovic with a chance to get a cross in.
Go
It ends
on.
at Arangi's feet.
Oh, Up the
Let's hit
post.
the post. See here,
Positive start.
we're playing okay.
Yeah.
We are playing okay.
It's alright.
No complaints from me. We got another free kick now. Kevin Volland.
Ooh, I thought it was going wide. Didn't really need to say that, but
Oh.
we're happy with it.
Hey,
There we go. He
another corner.
Just wanted to be sure.
tested the goalkeeper. Away
Well, we've got
fans in
players
great
running
spirit.
in.
Oh, that was lovely.
Oh, if it just made it past the first man.
Slightly
Look,
concerned here.
Yeah.
Be fine.
Want that from every corner, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Failed at the first
Surprisingly,
hurdle.
our players don't seem to be wanting to do that.
No.
It's about, what was that, the fifth corner we've seen today where it's
Yeah,
just...
we're
Yeah.
struggling from corners to be completely honest.
We've
I think
overwhelmed them
maybe
again.
if we had a bit more time, we'd spend some time on our corner
the tactic,
routines.
yeah.
But I know a lot of people in the chat would like to see us get as much game time in as possible. So
See as much of a match
we
as can.
cannot tinker as much as we, of course, would like to do. But great opportunity here now. Wendell on the ball.
What's he? That was.
Fantastic
Oh,
cross.
head.
Oh,
God,
volley!
Bolland.
Oh!
I thought that was top bin.
I thought that was top
won't
bin.
I thought
lie.
it was in.
I tell you what, I'm really happy with the way team are playing.
I'd say-
8 shots to 2.
All
away from
joking
home.
aside, this has been one of our best first half performances we've had. So, although we haven't scored,
You're welcome.
Yeah, well,
It's
I think it's for
It's the Lederhosen.
Yeah.
you bought us some presents.
Well, luckily for you, after this, you're going to be wearing the Lederhosen.
He slept in it last night,
Yeah, I
so
did.
I'm
Wow.
not so sure. Unlucky boys. They've been playing well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell. I was impressed with your side defending.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jonathan Tars lost
He's lost
focus.
focus. That's never good.
I'm not
Just
talking
leave it
to
now.
us.
Don't-
Not talking to us.
Don't need too much.
We've got second half coming up now. We've got Leon Bailey on the bench, which is exciting because of course he was arguably our best player.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
electric
For the
us
first
in
2 months,
first
so-
2 months.
See Kevin Volland's on a yellow,
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking.
but Ilaria's also
I
not
am
playing
not
so
having a
well.
great game in the middle.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it was Ilario.
Yeah, we'll.
I say give it another 5.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
to. I'm gonna go to 62-ish.
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 Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
62
That's
and
nice.
17
It's
seconds.
nothing like going for a really exact time and then saying ish afterwards. But
He's missed his
Oh,
tackle.
well, he forced the
Yeah.
sideways pass. That's a fine.
did indeed. Delaney's on the
There's a
ball.
lot
now.
of triangles
back
in the
and
middle of the
forward,
pitch.
There are a
here.
lot of. But they're not going forward. That's good.
Oh,
there we go.
he's through.
He's through now. You're wide
That's a
open.
poor shot
That's
though.
not a problem.
All day.
Not a problem.
Well, this is much better performance.
It is indeed.
Done alright here.
Going round.
Done alright. We're into the top 6 as well as it
I'm,
stands.
I'm gonna allow you two to get involved.
Right,
Yeah.
go on.
I mean,
You wanna
last time
decide
they did a
which shout?
shout, they got overwhelmed.
Yeah, so that's why.
So I'd vote
I'm
for
gonna,
no shout.
I'm
oh,
saying courage. I'm gonna go. If you're gonna do a shout, go encourage.
I
You
feel
okay
like
with that?
yeah, you go for it, man.
There you go.
It's your mistake to make.
Come on, where's the feedback? Come on.
Frustrated.
Frustrated. How can you be frustrated
Frustrated by the feedback.
by being told to encourage? You know.
By
Because
being
he's playing at
encouraged.
6.8. He's like, come on, what more can I do? I'm dragging his team up. Also, it was only
62-ish.
62. You've done that.
Um,
What are you gonna do? Get Volland back up top.
do you think should I move him up top?
Yeah,
Yeah, stick him up,
Are you
stick-
bringing Bailey on?
Stick Bailey on.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll listen to you.
Anyone else?
That's a nice.
That is.
There's some nice stars
What
there.
about the only worry? I wouldn't sub him yet, but the only worry is Aaron Geese on the 73.
He's tired. He is tired.
Yes.
Maybe.
I'm going to hold off for now because I'm happy with the way the side are playing. I don't want to change too much. And I'll be honest with you, a 0-0 away from home against Borussia
Yeah.
Dortmund is completely fine. I don't want to
I'd have-
overcommit.
Hey, if before a game would have taken that.
Exactly.
You would have.
Visa,
I might even get a
I
goal.
want to Aranguiz
You
now.
never know.
Along the floor. Someone in the middle.
Havertz, turn.
Oh, that was nice.
Aranguiz
Sort of
again.
crowding in with one
Yes.
space.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
he's lost
lost
it.
it.
He's lost it. We need to
Chance
win it
for-
back. We need
chance
to win
for
it back.
Dortmund to win to score on the
He's
counter
pressing
here.
though. He's trying.
Getting the ball back. Go on. No.
He's still dropping.
He's just tracking.
Is he
though.
just walking through us?
He's just dragging.
No worries.
Oh!
Perisic hits the post.
That was scary.
It's a free kick. Oh, he's off.
Oh,
he's
he's
offside.
He's offside.
Straight
I'm
into
concerned
another
about-
highlight.
I feel like
Concerned
you got
about
one
this
on
though, Tom.
Oh, there we go. This is what you want. Quick
Moving
play.
the ball. And
Moving the
Bailey,
ball.
Bailey's running with the ball.
There we go.
That's what he
Inside.
loves to do.
Go on.
Havertz, he's
Look
not
at her
finding
run.
any space. These two are a little bit congested.
So am
Go
I.
on. Oh.
I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. Oh, actually, never mind. I thought we had Poyan Polo on the bench, but we don't.
No.
We do.
Volland
not.
is still playing well.
I would say
He's
sub.
having a good game.
I would say put Kai on attack.
Interesting.
Get him away.
Dribble more.
Because your box to box is coming right up and sitting
Sure.
next door to him.
Okay.
You're then losing the ball.
Are we
He might actually
happy?
progress into the box then.
Are we happy with this trio, or do we look to the bench maybe?
I'm happy with those. I'm happy with that trio.
Yeah.
Aaron Geese is the one I'm worried about.
He's playing well,
He's
even though
playing
he's
well.
tired.
But if you lose, he's getting backwards forwards. He hasn't lost the ball yet.
True. All right.
I'm happy to keep him in. I know he's tired, but I wanna hold on to him for a little
Okay.
bit. Do I want to? No. I feel like we should bring on some more fresh legs.
Yeah, but
Brandt's doing okay.
Brandt's doing
on
okay.
yellow.
Okay, I'm
I
fine.
think he's all right.
All right. Okay. Let's hold on to it.
Just
Then.
leave as is.
Yeah.
Leave it
Anything
as.
else? We happy with
We're
this?
happy, yeah.
Cool.
That small tweak to attack, I tell you,
Sure.
you've got it. If you're letting it go now, I apologise.
Yeah. I mean.
Look at him. Oh, he looks
Oh,
fired
I
up.
thought he got there. I thought he got
I
there.
thought Brandt had got his nose in.
Come on. in you go.
Harangui's. He's closing down.
They're
He's,
closing
he's,
down nicely.
he's being
He is.
patient
He
though.
is. He's not diving in, but he's doing a lot of the work on his own.
Yeah.
Is that because you've got your DLP on?
He's a
well,
ball
your
winner.
ball in field on defend.
Yeah, it could
He's
be.
sitting back a little bit.
Oh no! Off the keeper, it's an own goal.
I can't help but feel hard done by there.
Yeah. Get that ball winning off.
Can we somehow send that to VAR and just get him to disallow it?
Genuinely gutted by that.
Get that ball winning midfielder
You
off
think?
first.
Okay.
Off defend, yeah. Get him pushed up because that was the problem. They played around, then they found the space.
I thought he pulled up a wonder save as well.
What I'm going to do is not only that, I'm going to get him off defend, and I'm going to upset some people here.
Wow.
Bring on Frankie. I'm going to move him to an attacking midfielder attack so we don't have two playmakers
I
on.
like it.
And
Your little switch.
I'm going to have him as a little switch. I'm going to keep as an two inside forwards, but just switch it round.
Switch it up. The
Switch it
defenders won't
round.
know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on, so I'm not sure how they would.
Oh no.
I'm gutted.
There's not much
Yeah.
time left.
I'm absolutely
There's not a
gutted.
lot of time left. Go on, get on. Push forward.
5 minutes left on the clock.
You've got this. Byron, time to step up, mate.
Step-
Fired up by the feedback.
4 minutes left.
Look at those stats. That's all I need to say. Look at those stats.
It's not happened, has it?
It's hurt me, that one.
It's hurt me, Herb. It's
Yeah.
hurt me.
We're a better team.
You are.
It's happened against Bayern Munich as well.
I mean, that was worse because we absolutely. I mean, we had 4 or 5 clear-cut chances against Bayern.
Oh, he dived. Come on, ref.
That's not the
Oh,
best.
it's not going to happen. They've done it. Wow.
And there we go. That's the end of that, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
final whistle blows. 1-0.
Wow.
Horrible own goal. After, granted, they had the possession,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
They weren't threatening until that long shot.
Yeah.
well, if I'm being brutally honest, I know we've just lost 1-0, but we've lost 1-0 away to Dortmund. The start of the season, probably would have expected that, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think you would have. If we look at the season preview, wow,
yeah.
that's not
I
good.
mean, we're third favourites.
Yeah.
That's not good viewing.
You've
is
got
it?
to beat those teams.
We have, and we did not.
No.
Huh. Well,
Didn't get dominated, though.
no,
which
no,
is
it's
a
very
good
true. We've got a Europa League game, a European Cup game coming up in the next couple of days, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to hand the reins over, this final game, to Herb, and I want you to
No
work your
pressure,
magic.
mate.
All right.
No pressure.
So I'm just going to check everything's okay with our training for the week.
Yep. Everyone's going on
Go to the
attack.
calendar.
Everyone's going on attack. Untested.
So we've got an away game, and this will be your last throw for us here.
7.
We've been going for an hour and a half so far. I'm not exactly sure how long we'll be going in total, but there's still a little while left to go. There's 6 previous hours that are going to be up on our YouTube channel. 4 hours already up, and 2 hours will go up after this goes live. So loads for you to catch up on if you haven't caught it already.
Yeah.
On top of that, there's tons of stuff going on on social media. On
Go and
YouTube
check
channel.
out all the new features as well on the website.
Yeah.
We've got FM shows looking at more in-depth stuff like scouting, transfers.
Exactly that. If you're on Twitch, if you scroll down, whether you're on mobile, wherever you are, there's a bunch of little buttons for Twitter, Facebook, everywhere you want to take a look at that, and you can go find all the social medias. I'm going to jump out for 1 second. You guys get to the game and get the team set up.
Right, give it a You ready for this?
You ready for this? Do you want the mouse?
I'll have the
Take
mouse,
the mouse, son. Right. It's a European game.
Yep.
It's a European game. We've been doing quite well in Europe.
So don't muck it up.
Well, we've tended to be playing rotated sides. We've got an easy-ish group, although we lost last time out because we over-rotated.
So we've just
Oh,
given
really?
2 burritos.
Okay.
One was mine, one was yours.
Okay.
I don't know which one's which.
I don't know which one's which.
Oh,
I also
shocker.
asked for
That'll be mine
Fine.
then, because I ordered one of them.
Do you order with lemonade?
I don't know which one's which.
Well, hang on a minute.
I'm going to leave you guys to
Ravenous.
crack into this. I'm
You-
going to slide
we're
over
having
here.
You find out which one's
I'm going
which.
to give myself a little bit of tender loving care.
Right.
And
Take your passing space off.
Okay.
You don't want to be whipping it behind. That's what I think. And the outside guys, they're going on attack. We'll see how it goes. We'll move it round.
Yeah.
We got 2 gays. Let's just get to the game. We'll see who's fit and who's not fit.
Yeah. It's going to be a It's going to be a big game. Bigger than it should have been because of last time when we lost.
We're going to report
oh,
the
well.
burritos. The burritos can wait.
The burritos can wait.
They go nicely in a microwave. Sorry, Tom.
It's all right.
Right.
Wasting away, yeah?
Bigger fish to
That's
fry
fine.
in
There are.
Europe.
What's more important, your belly or this win?
Oh, well, now, this win.
Well,
After
also I
last
know that
one.
after this I can go and have a burrito, so
Right.
I'm feeling it. I've got an attack.
You've got an attack.
I've got an attack on the wings.
It's
Get
Thursday
the
night.
inside forwards going forward, and then we'll see. We might need to switch it around. Maybe put the man through the middle. It'll confuse them. They won't just go on. Take off, pass into space, because it's nice, but let's build up slowly.
This is something obviously Teach pointed out to us yesterday as well. It's something we might look into in the future. I don't know if you want to look into it too. Obviously on the bench is Leon Bailey. I don't know if you're going to play him in this
Yep.
game, but he has a PPM to cut in from the left wing.
Yep.
Even though the circle tells us probably wants to play on the right a bit more,
Yep.
suits his PPM. So
Yeah,
it's a nice option to have.
it is a nice option to have.
But are you going strong team here, or are you going?
Yeah, I'm going strong team because it's my last game.
That's
I
fair
think there's
enough.
a lot on the line, and you guys can clear up the mess.
Fine.
essentially, that
When's
is
our
like.
next game? After?
Sunday.
Could you? It's Sunday.
So we've got
Yeah.
3 days.
Cheers, Herb.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
nice
probably gonna.
You're
yeah.
gonna have to take care of training after this.
Yeah,
Nice one.
All right. Leave it with me.
get him off defend. Don't sit him too deep. Other than that, I'm happy. It's just maybe we'll switch and have an attack through the middle, support. We'll see how the game goes.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't think there's many more changes needed. It wasn't bad the last game, was it?
It was
Just-
all right.
It could have
Oh,
been
well,
better.
I mean, I thought it was pretty good actually, guys.
Well, I'm saying it could have been better. Probably,
Right.
definitely.
Happy with
I'm
the bench as well?
Yeah, I'm not going to make that many subs.
Right, so he's going to knock out.
I'm going to knock out your entire first
yeah,
team and
I
then
mean-
run away.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah?
Could have at least put some youngsters on the bench.
Yeah, well, I could have, but yeah, I didn't want to. Oh, look at that. Narrow formation.
Get rid of it. We don't want to see it. We only care about our team.
Okay.
We can
We
secure
can
qualification.
Secure qualification here. They don't care.
Who would have thought that, eh?
They're not off. They're not off.
Well, we did win the first game 6-1.
No.
Oh, okay.
And then Teach came in and won us a game 4-1. So we've done all right in this competition.
Okay.
The game 4-1 was in the cup,
Oh,
domestic
of
cup.
course it was. It was
So we'll have,
back. One sec, guys.
Absolutely. Right, we're going to go in for the
Right.
pinning here. We're going to
So-
go in hard and fast.
Okay.
That's how we're going.
No pressure, mate. Well,
As I'm feeling a little bit of pressure. Oh, here we go. Right. Goal straight away. You ready?
you calling it?
Yep, you ready?
Calling a goal. All
Okay,
right.
on the outside. No, he's gone the wrong way. There we go. Like I told you, around the outside.
Okay, is there going to be
Look at
be a
this.
cross at some point?
We'll
see.
find out. We'll
We'll see.
find out.
Oh,
look
it's
at him
avoided
go.
it. Beautiful. Bailey.
Did I? There we go. Thank you very much.
Soothsayer over here.
I'm here all day.
Who told him to stick on the left?
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
I'm joking. Congratulations on your
Thank you.
your early
That
success.
was- I feel like you just pissed right in my parade.
No, I'm very happy for
I
it.
called that
It's a great
goal from the
cross.
start of that. That was a good.
Great
effort.
little
Wow.
flick, yeah.
Defenders had an absolute mare though.
Yeah. Okay.
Lovely to see.
It was lovely to see. I feel comfy now. I can sit back, relax into the game.
We're 3 points clear at the top.
Yeah.
I'm not having a good time here, guys.
What have you
No.
done? Have you
What
spilled?
is it? You spilled something
Just
else.
spilled some lemonade.
It's literally. Oh, look at that Brant straight in. He's on fire. He's a
Yeah,
Rottweiler.
he's doing well lately. He's carrying the team a little
He
bit.
is. Oh, I don't like this. There we go.
Here we go.
I don't like my defenders dilly-dallying on the ball. Go on, Wendell. Show me what you got.
Over the
Outside.
top. Over the top.
Oh, look at him go.
That's the
There we
ball.
go. Bailey.
Get it in there.
He's-
Brand.
Brand.
Oh!
Oh!
We were just praising him. We were just praising him.
That was a sitter.
He's like a brand new man.
Can we? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay.
No.
Don't want to be harsh. I preferred it when you were out of the room.
That was horrible.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah. I thought the most awkward thing was me wearing the lederhosen. Jesus. Right.
Alright. Oh, he's missed his tackle. so
No,
that's
see,
fine.
he's forced the pass. That's what we want. There we go. Straight
Go
in.
on, Bailey.
That's the attack. Attack mentality. Well, I told
I'm
you.
going to give that a round of applause. That was nice.
Bailey.
Did he make Leon Bailey an attack
Yeah.
inside forward? To be fair, early on in the season, he was attack. He was attack.
He's
So,
trying to claim for it. Look at him.
So-
Look at he's in his
Yeah.
eyes. He's like, I'm getting behind this defender.
but I tell you what, I forgot to change it back. So
Well,
it
you're
takes
welcome.
a strong man
To admit his
to
mistake.
make those changes.
It does.
And
Get
well
another
done.
grape in celebration.
I'm also-
Tom, any details on the Nintendo Switch version?
Well, once I finish this, I'll let you know.
Absolutely.
At the worst time then as well.
If you could tell us what the Nintendo Switch version
So
will be,
we-
release date.
Ready?
Anything
Are we
else?
now? Okay. So the Nintendo Switch game is coming out at the end of November. That's when we're aiming for.
Aiming for it.
So we'll submit it at the same time we release all the other games on November 2nd. I mean, it has to go through Nintendo's approval process, and that can take anywhere between, a very short period of time into 3 to 4 weeks. So yeah, but it's going to be Football Manager Touch, which is the game that's available on PC and Mac, but also available on high-end tablets, as well as the Switch. Obviously, it's a more streamlined version of the game that allows you to get stuck into transfers, tactics, and playing matches much more quickly than you can on a Football Manager, a full PC and Mac experience.
Very nice.
And the Switch, I mean, we obviously released Touch on the Switch back in April.
It's great.
It was great. I mean, really good use of different control methods on the Switch.
It's nice to have a controller and a touch screen. Works beautifully.
And I think a lot of the guys who worked on it were really happy to be working on something that was like, fresh, exciting, and
Of course.
allowed them to be a bit creative with the control schemes. So yeah, definitely go and check it out.
I just confused Leon Bailey. But
What did you do?
well, I told the rest of him to keep it up, but he's obviously playing extremely well. He was confused and demotivated. I turned that to just confused though.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Okay.
He's still playing at 9.1.
I mean, it's an
think it'll be fine.
improvement on confused.
Yeah, I think it should be a goal as well.
Demotivated.
Feeling it. Oh, damn it.
Couple questions in the chat for you, Tom. There's one there.
Okay, so basically, Touch isn't available on smartphones.
What did he ask?
Wait, so where can I see if my phone is compatible with a Touch version?
There we go.
So yeah, you can't play on Touch on your phone. It's only on high-end tablet devices. So we'll release a list usually about 2 weeks before the game's released.
2 weeks.
Yeah. So to give you an update about what tablets and on iOS and Android can actually play the game, and then you can see if you can download it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you've got a Nintendo Switch, go and pick it up from a Nintendo eShop when it drops at the end of November.
Yeah, we have to make sure that we have to QA on every device we can to be sure. There we go, 3-0. To be sure the game will work.
Absolutely.
I feel like maybe we might want to rest some of your better players.
Do
Now.
it,
I've done
yeah.
my job.
Subs.
60
Subs.
minutes. Look at this though. I'm sorry. Just an attacking masterclass right now.
Lovely.
They're not getting anywhere near us.
Do you need internet to play it on tablets, Tom?
No, you don't. It's a single player experience. So yeah, once you've downloaded it, obviously you need the internet to download it in the first place. But yeah, you can play it offline.
Brilliant.
You want me to save Bailey because he's
on a
away
hat
from his
trick.
hat trick.
I want to save him. I want to save him.
You want to save him?
At this
He's
point,
recently back from injury too.
our league form is
Alright.
more important than
I
anything
quite
else.
like this little assistant manager.
It's great, isn't it? That's one of my favourite new additions. Again, another like minor UI change.
Yeah.
Someone said Bailey needs a left foot goal to unlock the perfect hat trick achievement.
Oh,
He's gone now. He's
No.
benched. No, leave him off.
I've changed my mind. I think
I shouldn't have said anything.
you
should
shouldn't
I?
have said anything.
What I would
The
do then, if
achievements.
that's the case, swap the
Swap
two
them round.
round, make the other one support perhaps, and keep. But you
Make
want
the
to
other one support.
Okay, you want them to both be attacked.
Keep going.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about Pelilio and for
Bring
yellow
Pelilio
carded?
for-
Yeah.
round.
Okay. All right, I'll agree with that one.
I'd quite
Bring
like to
Frankie
see,
in.
as I said, I'd quite like to see Frankie.
Bring
Dion.
Frankie in. We'll leave it at that.
There you go.
Oh, hi, Jeff. Right, there we go.
Will
Not-
Usain Bolt be in Film Manager 2019, Tom?
Not as it stands because he's only on trial at Central Coast. So if he does sign a permanent contract and plays, registered in the league, then yeah, we'll add him in. But at the moment, as it stands, he is just a trialist. So we only add in full contracted
Contracted
players.
players.
Absolutely.
That was a bit close, that one there.
Yeah, but
was
it
a
didn't
little
go in.
close. It
So
didn't. I'd
Missed
confident-
mine.
Oof, no. It was a bit flappy there from the goalie.
Yeah, he covered.
Okay.
I believe in him.
Oh, they're fired up.
So we're going through as it stands as well.
of course
We're
you're
going
going
through.
through.
not guaranteed top of the group yet, but.
Well, I want to see if it goes in first.
Oh.
What are you going to say to him?
Concentrate. Just come on.
I mean, look, oh,
They're getting complacent.
there's a few negative. That's the opposition.
That's their position.
Looking at
There
all
you
My
the
go.
mind
games.
games.
Good
Look at
on
that bend on
both
that.
of them.
Oh,
Oh, it's worth a treat.
Oh.
It's worth a
Thank
treat.
you very much, Jonathan.
the bend on that corner was beautiful.
Was that another pun?
Of course it was.
No.
Went under the
But I
radar,
missed that
didn't
one.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it because it was terrible? Look at this.
It was. Thank you very much, Jonathan.
This is very. I'm liking the look of that.
I thought we better share them.
So did
Yeah.
I. Slightly concerned, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
4 goals.
It wouldn't be the first chair I've broken.
So if you just remember,
Yep.
don't change my tactic.
Yep.
My tactic now.
It's all very individualistic. Isn't
Yeah,
It?
Well, I feel like you've made it that way.
it's
Okay.
our
I was
tactic.
coming in
This was a
just,
group
you know,
effort.
to sit in my lederhosen really and just see what happened. But
Sit in your
Look
ladies'
at those
and drink your
nines.
apple juice. But
I know.
To be fair, that's the most 9s I've ever seen.
That's a lot of 9s. That's a lot of green.
during the
Nice.
save.
I'll be
did you
keeping
miss
track.
our 9.1? Our 9. What? Did you miss our 6.1? Don't know where
9.1.
9.1. Don't know where that came from. Did you miss our 6.1?
I
Tom?
don't think I don't
He's
think
he's
there's
literally
many
running
doors.
away. They're running away from
Scared
the
of
players.
you.
Scared. Go on, get out there. Get him.
This could be.
And that's that. Well, that's a nice way to
Well
end
done,
it.
mate.
Thank you very much.
I would
Excellent
shake
work.
your hand, but I don't want to.
Yeah, that's a good point,
I'll
actually,
give you one
yeah.
of these. Thank you very much for your
Lovely.
time.
Thank you.
Whoa, don't go just yet. Where
Sorry
can
for my burritos.
everybody find you?
Everybody can find me at Big Herb the Nerd everywhere. Twitch,
Is it that's
YouTube.
not Big Herb the Nerd everywhere. It's everywhere.
everywhere you type in a search thing. Big
There we
Herb
go.
the Nerd.
Thank
Yes.
you very much.
Thank
Cheers
you
for
very
coming
much.
on.
Thank you.
Thanks for your help.
Good luck.
And we'll see
Cheers,
you
Herb.
Don't change my
soon.
tactic. Oh, well, hi.
Right, what we're going to do to his
see.
tactic?
Let's
Don't
just
change my tactic.
start from scratch. Throw it all out.
How dare
So
you.
next up, we have a guest from the Football Manager community once again, and that is going to be. Well, come on in. That's going
He's
to be
right here already.
Matt Nerdphonic. Come and sit down. How you doing, buddy?
I'm
There's
alright.
there's no longer a studio
I
audience.
don't
We'll
need
be
the
fine.
applause, but thank you anyway.
How are you getting on?
I'm alright, yeah.
How are you finding the game?
I barely played it.
Okay.
Barely played it.
I'm on July the 2nd.
Okay.
And you've been on for how many hours?
How many days have we been? Well, so yesterday probably about 6, today 6.
So
12
that's a
hours.
man that's
Wow.
gone into a lot of depth
Wow.
so
I've,
far.
I've only just got to the point where I'm happy with my tactical approach.
Okay.
So
Brilliant. He's even brought a notepad.
I brought a
with him.
notepad,
So-
so I don't forget, because like there's the other guys have been saying like there's been little things that have been like little tweaks that you've changed or that have been made to the game that have really intrigued me, and I think they're just really small changes, but they could make a big thing overall.
Yeah.
And they, you know, I don't want to spoil it too much for people, but like I said, I just wrote a list so I had little things that I can interject
Brilliant.
as and when if
Excellent.
they
That's absolutely
see on the
fantastic.
screen. So
Do you feel like with the new,
It's
particularly?
alright. Can we get you to squeeze in a little bit
Go
as
on.
well? Sorry, so you can
For
fit.
Francis, you take the mouse. You
Or
take
you
the
want me
mouse.
to take it
Yeah,
back?
you
it's
go
get a
on.
bit more friendly here, don't we?
So obviously, in terms of the new areas that have seen a lot of attention, and we've said many times, tactics and training. Do you feel like there's more depth available there to you now? It's obviously someone who's been spending a lot of time tinkering away and barely getting,
Yeah.
into the season.
I think for both new and sort of experienced players, this year's game is going to blow them away completely. Like it's not the way that the tactics are now presented is so much more logical, and I think it's just being explained in a better way. Like sort of, it's very clear how to approach things, and that you've got the different phases of play,
Yeah.
and which team instructions affect those phases. I think that's incredible. My favourite little thing, and it's only really minor, and I only noticed it the other day, and don't think anyone else has seen it.
Okay.
It's when you're selecting a player's instructions, so individual instructions, or you're just selecting a role. I noticed it on. I'm going to be Schalke for the beta
Okay.
once it drops, but I've got Conor Plianka, who I had selected as I think I had him selected as a winger at that time, because that was just the tactic that had been set up. But he's got a PPM which is cuts inside, which conflicts against the
Yeah.
plays wider
Yeah.
against, and it actually highlights that.
Yeah,
He's
tells
got
you.
a conflicting PPM, which
Yeah.
I think is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you probably knew that if you've played the game long enough, but new players might not know that.
Yeah.
And I think that's a little nudge just to say maybe this guy's not going to play exactly how you might anticipate.
Yeah.
So at least your expectation when you are playing matches is slightly different to what, you know, if you play someone else who's more an out-and-out winger who will cross balls in rather than cutting inside. It's good to sort of give people a bit of different expectation.
I think you can see that in lots of areas, like trying to just give that information that was there already in a clearer way.
Yeah.
And you're right, it's like even from the get-go with the tactical styles. I mean, what style have you elected to choose, or have you gone for something completely brand new?
I think I might change. I don't know. People who watch my streams will know that I tend to change my mind quite frequently. I've gone for control possession at this point because I think it suits the players that I've got at Schalke. They're a bit weird, so they work hard, but they don't seem to have an enormous amount of technical ability. So I think that might suit the players I've got available at this point.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going for. But I must say the whole way of just doing, like, selecting a particular style and it having things already plugged in, but they actually make sense and they're explained as to why.
Yeah.
And I love the little animation that shows you
It's
how
great, isn't it?
It's really
Yeah.
good. It's really good.
And we talked as well. I mean, I don't know if I can't remember if we went and actually talked about this when we first started this site, but we were talking earlier about how when you select a tactical style, it automatically selects the most appropriate
Yeah.
roles as well,
That's
which is another
awesome.
massive help.
I love that, and I say it was one of those that I don't think you would notice unless you're actually paying attention.
Yeah.
And I was when
Sorry to interrupt, guys. On the stream, we've had
I mean, this is
This
poor
is
management,
huge, isn't it?
some disastrous news. I'm going to take care of this. You can carry on talking.
Alright,
I
you-
just wanted to alert you both to
Get
it.
Julian involved. Get Julian involved. Better word.
Is he going to sort him out?
No,
He's
all
already-
right.
Oh,
It's up to
okay,
you,
but
mate. It's
this
up to you. It's
is-
all on you.
Cheers.
But yeah, I think something like that, where you're having the most appropriate roles pre-selected, just eliminates a lot of the uncertainty.
Absolutely.
Because if you're trying to, we've all done it in the past, where you're trying to create a tactic that works for your team, but you're still trying to. I mean, a lot of people, particularly newer players, just try and pick the most appropriate role for
Yeah.
each player, which obviously can lead to a bit of a mess at times.
Yeah.
So I think having that new option to where it automatically selects everything for you and allows you to immediately. I mean, we were talking earlier about if you're managing the lower leagues,
Mhm.
it's going to give you a clear indication that if you're trying to play tiki-taka,
Yeah.
probably not the best idea.
Yeah. So the example that we were talking about was that either tiki taka or one of the more sort of gegenpressing, which is more intensive, it probably requires a better quality of player to
Yeah.
actually get the best out of it. It'll automatically select 2 ball playing defenders,
Mhm.
which it makes sense that that's the style you want to be doing or getting the team to play like. That you would have players like that. I mean, I would change at least have one, because, well, particularly my centre halves aren't that great at passing or don't have the vision, so they're not really capable of picking out the pass that you
Yeah.
would hope.
Yeah.
But I think the baseline tactic that it lays out is much better than just having automatic rolls everywhere, and-
Yeah, yeah.
which is what it's been in the past. And I think, as I said, the whole way of building a tactic now is much better, and obviously it doesn't tell you what is the best way, because you have complete freedom to do what you want with it. But the base is so much better, and
Okay.
I'm fully on board with what you've done with it this year.
That's exciting. Just to quickly jump in, I'm absolutely loving this, but just going to jumping into the game now. I'm loving that you're talking, because it means I don't have to. But yeah, we're going in. I'm actually going to bring these guys back to fullbacks for this game. Obviously, we were very attacking in the Europa League.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring Brandt to a support.
So basically, you're on doing all of Herb's work.
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit. But I'm
Alright,
keeping Bailey there, and I was enjoying Volland on the right, but I liked what Herb did.
I like
Put
playing
him back
Bailey on the
up top.
left.
There was one thing that has been sort of a constant theme throughout the stream, is you can't get the striker to score or his finishing. What PPMs does he have?
What's going on with that?
Does he have
None.
So he's got none. So
It's a blank canvas.
What we've as I say, I've had discussions with other people who play it, and we found that over the past few years, that either getting a place his shots PPM learn, or there's another Rams the keeper. They're particularly good if you've got a striker who's got good enough finishing but doesn't seem to put the chances away. So having that PPM does
Okay,
really
cool.
help, because as if you have Harry Kane, something like that, they aren't particularly that they just smash the ball towards
Yeah,
the goal.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you
Got
get
ya,
powerful
got ya.
strikers who will absolutely pulverise it. They've got the PPM of takes long shots,
Yeah.
or
Shoots with power.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll just, and if they've got good finishing, it's fine. But
Yeah.
if you've got someone else who's a bit less clinical, it can sometimes help with
Absolutely.
Might be something we have to
converting
look at
chances.
in the training as well.
Yeah,
Individual training.
Yeah, I mean, sadly with the live stream, we've not got time to. That won't.
Spend-
That,
yeah.
We won't get to the point
Yeah,
where they're able to train them. So that definitely that's a fantastic tip though
Yeah.
for those going forward.
I mean, that's
When I continue this save away from the live stream.
exactly.
And,
Because we're obviously trying to show you
something
guys
I'll
as
quickly-
much of the match action, as much as the league season as we can. So, yeah, we are rattling through things a bit quicker than we would usually. But
Absolutely.
yeah. So, one word then. You've had a bit of time. You're not obviously not progressed massively through the season. That's we all go.
In fact, he's progressed one day. through
Yeah,
the season.
yeah. We'll go at our own different paces. But if you could sum up your first impressions of FM19 in one word, what would it be?
One word, that's hard. I don't want to understate it or overstate it. I feel like excellent doesn't do it justice,
Okay.
but from what I've seen,
I thought you were going to say something negative, and
no,
I was like,
no, not at
I was
all.
bracing myself.
No, it's really hard to, because like we've been. Like, I think everyone who has been in this seat has already said that the improvements have not been minor, but they've been in the right places, and they're. I think Teach was saying about quality of life, and so particularly for people who are going to sink hours into this. And to be honest, there's a load of people who buy this every year and only this every year, and so they will rack up hours and hours.
That is
fantastic finish.
What a goal!
But yeah,
they will rack up so many hours of gameplay, and all of the little tweaks, they really help with that. And it's just, I think those sorts of players will appreciate it, but also the new players having all of the additional bits of help.
Yeah,
that's
a lovely
delightful.
finish,
from a left back as well. It's not bad at all.
But yeah, I think that's. And listen, I can't really pin it down into that one single word without. I feel it needs explanation.
That's absolutely fine. But you've obviously been in the room while we've been doing this for the last couple of days now.
You've had the
highs and the lows.
Yeah,
mainly lows.
You've been unlucky enough to have to sit next to us
Yeah.
throughout this.
So what is there anything that you've been listening out on that we've been saying, or have you caught anything over our shoulder that you would change? Oh, it's 2-0. Well, maybe we don't need to change a thing, but is there anything that our approach maybe in pre-season? Obviously, you're somebody who's taking a lot of time over your pre-season period. Is there anything you would add in, perhaps, that people can take away to their own saves when they get their hands on the game?
To be honest, with the training portion of the game is one thing that that's probably why I've spent. I would normally spend around 6 hours before I even press continue on a save. On previous. Is this 3?
Well done.
3-0.
Well done.
Look,
They are struggling. Red back are struggling this season.
We're amazing at home. Just can't do it away from home. Anyway.
But the tactics side of it I spent time on anyway because, like I said, Shocker have got a bit of an odd squad, and I feel like I've got a few too many square pegs to try and get everything to fit. So I feel like I'm having to compromise somewhere, and it's just deciding where I need to compromise. But the training is something that I've been through the induction quite a few times because it's something that is completely new. I've been playing Football Manager series for probably about 20 years now, I think.
Okay.
And so it's a big change.
Yeah.
A really big change. And so even for an experienced player, I think going through the inductions is really important. But I don't really. I haven't got far enough. I haven't even played a game myself yet. I haven't even played the friendly against the under 23s or what have you.
But it's interesting about the inductions because, so regardless of, obviously you have the option to select whether you're an experienced player or an inexperienced player when you first create your manager in the game. Now, regardless of what level of experience you set to, you're automatically asked to attend or given the option of attending the tactics and training inductions. So it's interesting that you feel like they're the ones that really, anyone should be attending.
I would absolutely, even if you've been playing for as long as I have, I would absolutely advise to at least check them out because they're. I think sort of in past years, when we've had when the game's been processing, for example, you've got the hints.
Yeah.
They come up. There's so many little bits of information that you probably don't even know. But if you actually pay attention, you think, oh, actually, that's quite useful. There's all of that is in the induction, and actually just going through the screen flow, actually understanding how things work, and getting more used to it. I think it is by far the best. Induction to a game of this type that I think you've ever had. Absolutely, it's really useful.
I would like to get your opinion on this. This just happened here. So Herman, Patrick Herman picked the ball up in his own half. Just any recommendations to maybe stop this going forward because he picked the ball up in his own half.
Let's span him sideways.
He beat our entire team.
Wow.
But
missed
it. Mix up at the back and went on to miss it. Is there anything you would recommend tactically, perhaps? Is that because our ball?
Number 4?
Who is number 4? Let's go into our tactics.
It's Jonathan Tarr, I
Is it
believe.
Jonathan
Tarr?
Tarr.
Right. Okay. So what?
Could that potentially have been because our ball winner was on defend, that he was standing off and allowing him to?
Possibly.
so
I mean,
far?
if you look at the instructions on, like, I don't know if any, because I have noticed a couple of the roles this year have
Slightly
had
changed,
instructions changed.
Mhm.
So I was just seeing if that. So he doesn't have the close down, or the press more, which, or does he have press more?
He's just got standard.
Just got standard press. So the because I know that I'm not sure if the support role presses harder just by default,
Let's have a look.
but it's more the fact that he's
Standard again.
No, that's interesting because the sort of, I think previously, particularly with the ball winning roles, they've been known as being quite heavy-handed with the pressing and will just intensely chase down the ball regardless, and so people have been quite unkeen to play with one of those in a pairing in midfield.
Sure.
Yeah.
So actually having that toe down, it might be that I'm just completely wrong and I've completely been misreading for years.
I think that because of the new pressing options and the level of detail you can go into with setting up your pressing intensity and your line of engagement, defensive line, they're taking a lot more of a leaning now from your overall team standpoint.
Absolutely.
So if we're playing something like the Gegenpress, obviously we're expecting all of our midfielders to be on the defence straight away. On the midfielders straight away and trying to win the ball back as high up the pitch as possible.
Because I would say in that situation there that you were having, that the losing the ball where you lost it's the biggest problem, because you've lost it in
We've
an
overcommitted and everyone's so
absolutely.
forward.
So all of your, even your sort of more defensively minded midfielders are completely at sea. They're out of position. So your centre halves have to push up, as well as the rest of the defensive line, which is already quite overcommitted anyway.
Yeah.
And so basically Jonathan Tarr's got no choice other than to go towards the man with the ball, and obviously he's not done a particularly great job either. He's just sort of coasted past him.
But it looks like we're going to hold on to. I saw Havertz had been
He's
taken off,
yeah,
and we
used
made
him
all the
through
subs. So we're down to
substitutions,
10 men as it stands. But it looks like we're going to see it out. But barring any miraculous sort of 3-goal spree in the next 10 seconds.
I switched us to a lower tempo and time racing. So a few tired players. We bought on a few
That's an
youngsters
important win.
towards the end
That's a
there.
really important win.
But yeah, it's a nice win. Once again, we've played really well.
Yeah.
Converted our shots this
that's
time. 3-0 at half time. We were able to kind of take our foot off the gas a little bit.
And we're going to
And a
hopefully.
good goalkeeping performance as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
7.10 for a goalie, 7.1, which is nice. So good to see the team are
A
doing
lot
well.
of concern in the chat for your
My voice.
well-being.
I
mate.
think I'll be honest with you. Where I was talking a lot earlier on, and that has had a negative effect in the long run. But then where I've gone from talking a lot to not talking at all.
Yeah.
Now when I try to speak, nothing comes out for the first 2 or 3 words. I'll be okay. I won't talk for all of beta week.
That's not good.
It's not great, is it?
3 to 4 weeks.
And we're
after.
entering our busiest period of the season. Let's have a look
Well,
at the
We've got a
schedule.
winter break soon, though, have we not?
Yeah, but not until
in 3 to 4
not until
weeks
Christmas.
essentially. So, well, I think we can rest him for this game.
Yeah.
And I think we're looking at 13th, 18th, 15th, 17th.
Oh, yeah,
so
sorry.
other than Leipzig, we've got 4 pretty easy games actually.
You say that.
In
come
the
on.
grand scheme of things,
Yeah.
we're playing 4 out of the bottom 6.
I reckon we should switch. So I'd say leave it to the physio. I reckon we need to. You splash the cash. That's what's happened there. You've splashed the cash. I would suggest if you go to the.
Just gonna give Aranguiz a rest.
Okay. So if you go to the tactics screen.
Struggling with my clicking as well as my talking.
Now we haven't really got a quality option to replace Havertz, so I would suggest we switch to a DM and maybe
So
use
you're not thinking Frankie de Jong,
not in the AM, but I would suggest moving
but he could come back and do a similar sort of role as middle of the
That's
three.
what. That's
I
that's
would-
what.
if we're doing that, I would probably say, because he's coming from a deep position, I find that the advanced playmaker on support, particularly when they're in the midfield strata rather than the attacking midfield
Yeah.
strata, they don't do enough. They tend to sit quite deep actually.
Okay.
Although I have noticed that the attacking, the advanced playmaker actually has, even on the support role, they now have dribbling as a default attribute that's highlighted as
Okay.
important to the role, which wasn't there last
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
And that's regardless of where they're placed on the pitch. So, but I think playing him in the advanced playmaker role on attack is perhaps will give him a bit more impetus to go forwards.
Sure.
Because obviously you're losing that link player.
Yeah.
And so you'll need someone in
drive
there.
into
Can I-
If you're losing
can
the
I show you
DM.
what I
I
would
think I hear what he
suggest?
says. He's saying drop Bender into this role, and a little something like that.
Yeah.
Is that what you?
Yeah, yeah, and I think then that frees up Aaron Geese to play more freely as a box to box as well.
Sure. Okay. So obviously we'll have to bring in Frankie De Jong. We've got 2 suspended players now as well, which obviously Baumgartlinger will come in nicely. We'll get to our next game and assess.
Yeah, we'll see where we are.
We've got some recovery and some serious rest over these couple of days, but we're playing on Wednesday. After playing on Sunday. So
yeah.
it's a very, very tight schedule, but we're playing against Hertha. I think I'm quite confident that we can get a result there, hopefully.
I think playing this way, especially as having sort of troubles away from home, as that's sort of the next game, it's a good way to try.
Test out
Exactly,
a
exactly.
slightly more
Very good
conservative
point.
option.
Very good point. So we haven't actually done, as you can see, we said yesterday about integrating training into the processing panel, but you can see we haven't actually done that much in terms of on-pitch work. It's all been about recovery, rest, and match preview session as well, where you're looking at video, looking to assess where you can potentially exploit weaknesses in your opposition.
Question. Now, obviously, we now have a ball winner and playing slightly deeper in the defensive midfield role. Do we want to explore wing backs again, or
I think if you're away, I would say
Keep it
Yeah,
full
keep
back.
it.
Keep it a bit
It
more
seems to be working
conservative.
well.
Sure.
Seems to be working well.
I was mainly
You
just
find-
asking the question.
like that, because you're playing with 2 ball-playing defenders. Do you find that you lose the ball quite a lot with them just lumping it forwards, or
It seems to be. I don't know about what you've noticed, but I've seen that there's often, it's not so much where they're giving the ball away, but they're playing it into a dangerous area,
right?
and then it's putting pressure on our deeper lying midfield option, who's then having to either produce something where he's got to get it to the wing quickly, but while being closed down, or he's going to have to play it back to the fullbacks, who are then themselves under pressure, especially if we're playing against a team with a high press.
So the only reason I was asking was because obviously you've moved your playmaker slightly deeper now,
Yeah.
and so is he going to be are they going to be seeking him out from a deeper position? So previously,
Well, it gives them a clearer option. It gives them a clear option because before, it was reliant on, especially with obviously when you're on the transition, and we're not looking to regroup and hold our shape. We're more fluid. We're moving around the pitch. It's often that if we're winning the ball with the ball playing defender, then players aren't in that shape that you'd expect them to be in. So he's having to find something else. So yeah, it's all about balancing the risks and rewards of each system. And so far, I mean, we seem to have turned a corner, but previously it was a bit of bad watching, wasn't it?
It was.
For a long
was
period
indeed.
of time. So who are you thinking? So you're going to put Baumgartlinger in for Aaron Geese?
Yeah, so a couple of
And
changes.
Jedvadjian.
Jedvadjian. Also thinking to bring Dalbert in because Wendell 89%. He's played well, but
That was 89% by the way, for anyone who didn't hear that.
Dalbert's still a strong option. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Baumgartlinger, he's played well every time we've called upon him.
And we've got to think that, as I said, we're in the busiest month for fixtures that we've had so far. Rotation's
And-
got to
and
be
this-
the name of the game.
Well, we still got to keep some of our stronger
Yeah,
players
yeah,
too
yeah.
because I would say this is the hardest game, other than Leipzig.
Yeah,
This is the hardest
yeah,
game.
definitely. Okay, so let's
We need to fill out our bench a little. I'm just going to look at getting some youngsters in. So I want Retsos on the bench.
Can I make a starting lineup suggestion?
Sure.
So I would say let's give Sven Bender the call at partnering Jonathan Tah at centre back.
Okay. Works for me. Any changes to role or happy to keep it the way it is?
I'm happy to keep it the way it is because when I've got a Leverkusen save on the go and he's done pretty well as a ball player defender.
Sure.
So I'm happy to bring him in.
Only concern is you've struggled a little in the air.
I was just saying,
He's-
11 jumping reach, not
Yeah,
ideal, is
Yeah.
it?
And we have conceded a bit from crosses and from corners.
Trust me.
I'll trust
go
you.
with
Is,
Just go with
if we're thinking about height and jumping reach, what is that particular position set up to do from a set piece? Because if he's from, is he likely to be on a near post for a corner? Because obviously he's not going to be he's not going to be a threat, or alternatively he's a bit of a.
So he's on the
problem.
far post as it stands.
No,
Oh,
zonally marking.
He's only
6
marking
yards.
the 6 yard box. So yeah, we've got left back and right back on the posts.
Can't see the stats from here. Jumping reach of 12. Jumping reach of 11.
Who's
Similar.
the MCR at the jumping reach at 11, heading 12?
I feel like you're going to strike that. I mean, if you can see it a lot from corners,
We have.
that's your problem. You've got no one who's actually capable of competing in the air.
Just Jonathan Tarr,
Yeah,
essentially.
we're relying on Tar. That's why he's in the centre of the three there, who's dealing with anything close to the goal.
Not that we want to tar short people. I thought
The pun.
We'll give Curtis a break from the poor puns.
And I am a short person, so it's ideal for me.
Okay. Other than that, I'm quite happy to go with that.
Okay. All right.
Just trust
I'll
me.
let you have
Just
I'll let you
trust
have
me.
your one.
Famous last words.
Just double check.
Have we got Lars been playing as well? See, they're going to work beautifully together.
Okay. If you insist, I'm going to need you two to keep talking.
Okay, alright. You're really going now, aren't you? Okay, so you handle the team talk.
Sorry, I'm rushing
You also
through
just
this.
skip the position instructions again.
Okay, hang on.
I have to say the animations this year look tiny
Yeah,
as well. Really
there's
tiny.
obviously when we said when we talked about the new features in the match, we talked about the 500, more than 500 that have been replaced with new motion capture animations, and obviously when we first put motion capture in, see if this happens, see if this does into a goal. We put it in four versions ago. I think we went in FM15, and obviously that includes some of the bigger animations, the stuff that you see most frequently in the game. But now there's lots of little touches. I mean, we had that assist on Friday night
outside of the boot.
with the outside of the boot, and then the back here, the drag back.
In the air.
in the
back
air.
heel was lovely.
Ooh, good save. So there's
Well
lots
done.
of little touches like that, new celebrations, new heading animations. So yeah, lots of stuff to keep an eye out for. But really, and before I think the animations that weren't motion captured stood out a lot more. So now it will be a lot more seamless between
So
the different events.
myself, like particularly when I'm setting up a tactic, I'll always do that in 2D because it's quite easy to see how the shape moves around the pitch, and it's usually only when you're setting that up initially, because especially with a new game, it can be difficult sometimes to see it from different camera angles.
Yeah.
But I also love that. I think it's sideline.
Yes.
And that gives a fantastic view of.
Yeah.
You can always get sort of your 2D 3D mixture, and that's also really good for assessing tactical problems.
Sorry, I'm just working away in the
I
background.
was just been making this sub after
Yeah,
16 minutes.
Brand took a knock and he indicated he wanted to come
Okay.
off, so I took him off. Went for Bellarabi. I feel like we've not given him much game time. Thought it was a nice.
Looks like an issue here.
Yeah,
Dear.
I thought it was a nice time to bring him in.
Wow.
Maybe
Wow.
we've not done so well from it. A few people in the chat asking about beta, Tom.
Yeah, so we talked a little bit about it earlier. Beta, the latest you can expect it is this Friday. That's the date that is exactly 2 weeks before release, is what we've always said in all of our comms up to now. But we would ideally like to get it out beforehand if possible. But it's not ready yet. There's a few things that we need to work on, add in before beta. Hopefully, all being well, they'll get added in at some point this week, and we'll make it available to you guys when it's ready. Because that's what we've always said, isn't it? Every year when we release beta, it's only as soon as it's ready, we'll get it out to you guys, so you can get your hands on it and start your saves. And that's another thing to note, isn't it? That saves carry over from the beta to the full game. So if you get stuck into a save in beta, you get really into it, you don't have to start again when you get your hands
I've done
on the full
that
game.
Past sort of I think ever since you've introduced having a sort of releasing the beta early.
Yeah.
I've always carried on a save. In fact, I think I had one save where I pretty much played the same one all year, and so just from beta.
Yeah.
There's obviously you don't need to be concerned. Oh dear, we have to be concerned about.
Talking of
that.
being
That's
concerned,
concerned.
I'm
That's
concerned
absolutely
about this
shocking.
team.
But it's interesting because a lot of people try to they'll have a beta save where they're just experimenting and maybe checking out a club that they, it's not their favourite club, but it's a club they're interested by. But maybe they've made a few signings or they've got an interesting situation going on at the club. Both of them going in for it together.
That's excellent defending, gents.
So and then it's amazing how many people then say, "Oh, well, I'm into it now. I'm going to carry on." So, yeah.
interesting to note, 2 players drafted into the side, Baumgartlinger and Bender. Having
I mean, the entire defence is having
They're
a shot.
having
Yeah,
a
there's a
bad
lot of
game, yeah.
6.4s going on there. Volland on a 6.3.
I mean, we've changed the tactic quite drastically,
Yeah.
really, by dropping the sort of the attacking midfielder down into defence midfield. There's no link now, is there,
No.
between the midfield and attack?
Yeah.
So obviously, Volland's service is non-existent. I'd imagine if we look through the analysis, we could probably see that he's not getting an awful lot of it.
I mean, there's not. If you go back to the previous screen, go back to this one. Yeah, you can see there that Dalbert's not got a cross in, Bellarabi's not got a cross in. So
What is Dalbert's crossing like?
his crossing is 13, so not bad.
But we know about Volland's lack of.
Well, exactly
prowess
that. I
in
was
the
going
air,
to say
so-
that may not actually be their problem. It could be Volland's problem that he's
Yeah.
not getting on the end of not getting on the end of the crosses. Now, could have been a mistake maybe trusting Bellarabi when.
Is it worth, because at the moment, if you've got Bailey on the left who will cut in
Cut
and
in.
try to support, but ultimately, if we're whipping crosses in and there's
It's
no
not
one to
gonna
get on
get
the
to him.
end, maybe it's worth considering
Swapping them up.
changing Bellarabi's role. Perhaps is he just an out-and-out winger?
It's what he's best at, really. But if we take a look at his stats, if we were to bring him
Because you
potential,
can see
it's
he's got a
12.
crossing of 10, so
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
asking him to do something that he's absolutely useless at. So it may be worth trying to get him to. He's more of an inside forward on his right. So
and if he does get into a position inside the box, his places, shots, player trait means it could give us a chance.
yeah, absolutely. So maybe consider altering Bailey's role to sort of complement it.
Okay, let's
So-
go for. Should we go support or attack?
I think support.
Because we need someone to link the
Yeah.
play, and I don't really mind having an inside forward playing on their correct foot, as it were, on
Sure.
the right side, because you cause that sort of confusion. So
You'd
he might
expect
cut
to
inside and hit it with his left, but he might also try to whip it in as
Yeah.
well. So it can give you a bit of extra dimension into and unpredictability in your attacks.
What would you recommend for Bailey?
What are his attributes like?
Excuse me.
So he can pretty much do it all.
He's-
He's very much left-footed as well. So he would probably, in fact, you could probably switch
Switch
both
them.
of them over. And if you wanted to go for the dual inside forwards, obviously we're a few goals down now. We can afford to throw a bit more caution to the wind, and maybe introduce the wing backs to provide a bit of width. Because by making these inside forwards, we're not going to have any of that.
Yeah.
Complete or standard?
I don't think it really matters. I think maybe the complete wing back on one side, on the side where we've got the inside forward on support, and then support on when we've got the attacking player more advanced. I think that seems fair. Maybe consider what we do with Lars Bender as well. I know we're doing gegenpressing, but maybe having him on support is not the best. He's not going to be offering cover. Now we've got the wing backs flying a bit more further forward. It's perhaps we need to consider a bit more defensive. minded stuff.
Anything else or?
I'm reasonably happy with that. Whether it works, we'll see.
Okay.
2-0 down at half time. It's difficult to come back from.
It is away from home.
Yeah.
It's not ideal. It's a very good point, and that shows just how everyone plays Football Manager completely differently. Someone said in the chat, every single person we've had on as a guest has suggested a different role for Bailey, and we've
Hang
also
on a minute.
both suggested different things. And I think that's really fascinating that everyone views a player's stats
Yeah.
and roles and in a different way, and it's
I tend to base a lot of. It's generally like attribute-based decisions
Yeah.
that I use. Purely just that's how I played for years. But then I will also take into account their PPMs,
Sure.
just to see if that is going to have any impact on,
Yeah.
as well as sort of the instructions that you've got, and see if there is any sort of conflicts there, or anything that's going to make them less efficient in a particular role or duty.
Yeah, and that's why it's really important as well to go and like really get to know your squad before you actually start the season, because there's things like their PPMs, things like little attributes that you can really look at and maybe work into your tactical system. He's shot straight against his own man.
But this is why I've been agonising over what way to play with Schalke, because they've got. I like having a number of. There we
It's
go.
in.
That's
Yeah,
one
and
back.
Instant
Bellarabi
impact
on his
on the
right
left.
foot. Fantastic. And you see as well, of course, Bailey had a shot early on
Against his own man.
Yeah, which passed off his own man.
Well, a
and
bit
then
fortunate with a deflection there.
Yeah.
Baumgartlinger fell to the right man.
But that is good. Because they're both now cutting inside. They're going to be sort of. We've got Volland sort of ploughing the lone far up front. But
Yeah.
he will make space for the inside forwards to try and exploit.
Yeah. We've got
And all the way back to the goalkeeper here.
potentially our highlight though. This one. We're the ones in control of the ball. Bellarabi again.
So he's switching
Coming
him over. He's
inside, yeah.
becoming a lot more involved in the game now.
There's
Dangerous.
a bit more movement going on as well amongst the attacking
And then
trio.
we're also getting the sort of the wing backs getting more
Go on.
And
involved.
it's Vaughan to his, he took
Oh,
on his left.
Oh,
Oh, it's a bit
Nearly.
tasty.
nearly.
Tell you what, we've not seen VAR today.
What? No, we have. Did we?
I don't think we have, you know.
We're not.
I know. Hi, Stream. Nice to see you all going home now, though.
Dr. Benji's going home.
Matt, is it? Thanks,
See
Tom.
ya.
Thanks, Dennis.
See you later,
See you
Ben.
later, Benji.
If you are watching the VOD, youtube.com/DrBenjiFM.
Oh.
Smashing.
Good stuff. Getting goal line tech.
I'm just going to jump out.
Well on the line.
Have you heard about...
Right, so we've got 20 mins left. Right, what are we going to do? I'm low overall and we'll make a sub. Who are we looking to? We've got a lot of yellow cards for a start. There's 4 there.
There is a concern.
Particularly at the back.
I mean, Baumgartlinger, can't say his name. He's got body language of aggressive.
Okay, probably not the best idea.
He's
is
on
it?
a yellow and aggressive. He's having a great game. He got the assist for the goal.
Yeah,
So it's a toss up whether we bring him off.
we've got the only midfield. We've got Lars Bender who can also shift up to play centre mid, but we've also got this guy Stanilovic. I don't know if that's pronounced that right, but he can play centre mid, but he's a youngster. A lot of potential, but his current ability is still, quite low.
What are we going for?
Is it worth risking it? I mean, we could still pull back a draw potentially. Hertha are playing quite defensively as well, so I'm assuming they haven't changed it. They were playing with 2 DMs in front of a back 4, so we could, if we really wanted to. I mean, in this situation, if this was my team, I would have looked at someone who wasn't Kevin Volland and put him up front, maybe change his role, and go with wingers and just try to blitz them with wide play, because that's the only real way you can get around that sort of heavily congested central area. But we don't really have. There's no point slinging crosses in when we haven't really got anyone to aim for, and it seems to be working what we've got. But maybe increasing the tempo or something might help us sort of move around that sort of block. So we're as high as we
Can't increase the tempo.
So we
that's
can't.
What
top.
about
What about width then? Because width is another
Yeah.
sort of key component to so we can. The wider we spread out as a team in attacking shape, it means that we can sort of circumvent that as well.
Cool.
What about now? If you go back to Ilario, right, hover over him. He's got 17 for heading
And a
13
decent jumping
for
reach.
So maybe it's worth.
Should we give that a go? Because Volland is having a terrible game.
Yeah.
Let's do that. I'd say switch the lads over.
A target man, or
I
maybe,
think target man makes him a bit one-dimensional,
Yeah.
but maybe at this stage it's what you need.
or a complete forward. How about a complete forward?
Complete forward on attack, because that way at least he will be the spearhead.
Yeah.
I think putting him on a support role will take
Because
him
he
out of the game.
he is not just like he's not just a lump who heads the ball. He's got technical ability on the ground as well.
Do you want us to put the wingers on their correct foot, or do you want to keep it the way it is?
I would leave the wingers as they are, but to get the width, I would perhaps throw caution to the wind a bit further, and then make the fullbacks on attack rolls to really throw them forward.
Here we go.
What about with the crosses? We've got it on whip crosses at the moment. What about if we?
If we put that to mixed, I
Yeah.
think it adds a bit more unpredictability.
That's that.
Sure. Happy?
I'm happy
Yeah.
with that.
We'll go with that.
We said we were going to take off one of the people with the yellow card. We've actually just made a straight swap. Yeah,
It's all right.
there we go.
I missed that. I was out of the room.
It's all right.
It's fine. He'll get a rest in the next game when he inevitably gets sent off.
Yeah. But we had no one on the bench really, other than
Well,
the
that's it.
youngster.
Kai Havertz is an enormous miss for us. But
Yeah.
Go on, let's
And
go.
he's been
do our
booked
best.
since the 7th minute, so he's seen out 70 odd minutes. What are we gonna do?
5 minutes left on
I
the
reckon
clock.
we've got to go attacking. We've got to go
Go
attacking.
for it.
One more highlight. That's all we need.
Tomorrow more. This
Come on.
could be big.
Come
There is
on.
a highlight.
If this works, I'll be delighted.
Oh.
Go on.
It's
we
gone
go.
out
Go
to
on.
Dalbert, who's
Whip
our
this in.
attacking wing back.
Come
Go on.
Hilario.
Oh!
You would have looked like a genius.
Oh
That
no.
showed that it worked though.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If Ilario actually could finish, then that would
Go
be amazing.
attacking. You've also
There we
gone
go.
back to the 60th minute, 69th minute.
Right, let's go for this.
3 minutes added on.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
is
There's
that
one
early
more.
enough?
We
Is
may
it
not.
early
We-
enough? Is it going to be final whistle?
Have we overcommitted? I feel like we don't have enough time.
Come
I
on,
completely
get
agree.
attacking. Get attacking.
Cut the tension with
Go
a
on.
knife.
Ooh,
Go on.
Dalbert, look at him, he's been
Oh.
an absolute beast.
he's playing well.
I don't think it's going to happen.
No,
We really
I think
don't.
they're controlling the game very well from the back here. They're just playing it around for fun. It's a disappointment.
It's a
Well,
disappointment.
that'll be my fault for saying this is quite a comfortable game.
Let's curse the commentator. isn't it?
Exactly that. Looks like the final whistle is about to blow.
It's been a brilliant closing down job by them. They just shut the game down
Yeah,
beautifully.
just passing it around. I'm not sure why this highlight started so
It's a
early.
minute
to
of
be honest
that.
with you. But never mind.
Just to rub it in, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not happy with your performance out there.
There we go.
That is a game we should be winning. Now, we have one more game, and I think... Oh, that's not good.
Another injury. That's just
I
what we
think
need.
Collecting them now.
we're gonna hand it over to Matt now, and we're giving you bottom of the league at
I mean,
home.
this is- but we're gonna. I mean, I'm gonna add the caveat of all of the injuries we've.
All of the
All the
injuries are
injuries.
there.
Yeah, get the excuses out now.
But I'll tell you what, I'm going to hand you the mouse
Oh
now,
dear, this is dangerous.
and you can take control of the final week. Bear in mind, you can't take as long as you did for these days. With your days.
We'll be here for another 2 days.
So obviously that means you won't be able to.
Unfortunately, I'm not like Teach, who's had the sort of who is doing a save with
Leverkusen, where he's
Yeah.
familiar with a
he's
lot
got
of
sort of
players.
background knowledge. The Bundesliga is something I haven't really played with at all, like, throughout my entire Football Manager career.
Sure.
It's something I was speaking earlier about sort of watching the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched it in quite a while, and so I feel like I'm having to learn the division as well as sort of the new features of the game, which is probably why it took me 12 hours to get.
It's a great league. I mean, it's great in FM as well because obviously we've got the VAR and goal line tech in the Bundesliga. So if you guys want to see that in action, then yeah, you can manage in the Bundesliga and have it happening as often as we've had it. But it's also great because there's lots of young players, and Leverkusen are a great example of that. You know, we've got Bailey, Brandt, Havertz, who are all getting first team football week in, week out, but who are all young players with massively exciting futures ahead of them, and you can turn them into the superstars of the future.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to try and reinvent the wheel here. I'm just. I feel like we could have made, especially if they're bottom of the league, they're likely to play a similar way.
Shop.
So I think if we sort of try and follow on the theory that we put into practice sort of towards the end of the last game, maybe not go so attacking right from the off, but at least add a bit of width, because I do think that Dalbert was actually quite threatening once he'd actually come on, once we changed his role.
Mm-hmm.
We'll switch these two over.
Really struggling to make much of a noise here, chaps. I'm really sorry.
You need to get your whiteboard so you
Yeah.
can just write on.
So inside forward on support there, just because we've got I'd like having sort of balanced flanks.
Sure.
So I won't. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and if we're at home, so we can afford to be a bit more adventurous with how far forward we go. I think everyone else was, once we'd sort of tweaked a few things, I think we kind of got there. I'm going to go with the advanced forward rather than the complete forward to make him a complete spearhead there. We've got this way, it gives Brandt and Bailey both space to roam. Oh, so we're not been playing Franks is injured, but both space to roam into here without getting in too much of De Jong's way, and then Dalbert's got then space to bomb on forward. So
I'd just like to point out as well, someone in the chat said a few times that we're playing three defensive midfielders. I think looking at Frankie de Jong's positions, I think some people think he is defensive minded, but he is absolutely not. He has six tackling, he can play at centre back, but you would play
You
him
wouldn't
at
play him at
He
centre
wouldn't
back.
play
No.
as a centre back, no.
So if we just highlight his attributes there,
He's-
he's absolutely.
First touch 17, dribbling 14.
I mean, it's more the reason why he can
Flair
play
13.
defensively is look at his mental stats. He can read the game very, very
Yeah.
well, but he's so good on the ball that you can play him further forward. And yeah,
So my favourite attributes for sort of a playmaker, whether it's deep lying or advanced, vision is obviously absolutely key.
yeah,
The one thing that puts it there is the technique, because although he can pass the ball well, the technique is how well he kicks the ball.
yeah,
So he may well be able to pass the ball well enough, but does he have the technique to actually get it where he wants it to go to? So I like having sort of playmakers with very high technique. That's passable. That's fine. I'm not a huge fan of sort of flair for a deep line role, but advanced role absolutely would be very much into that. But I think, like I say, I think that's pretty much how we finished the last one, bar maybe having the Yedvai on another attack role. But
yeah.
I think I'm pretty much happy.
We
with
might
that.
actually have Mitchell Weiser returning to.
Yeah, because he was only
Actually,
suspended,
he was
wasn't
suspended. Weiser and Arangis are both back now, and of course
Oh,
they've
so
they've
that
started
gives
for
us a
lot of
bit
our season.
more. And although he had an okay game, he did pick up that yellow card
Sure.
very early.
Yeah, Mitchell Weiser's been
The
very
starting
good for us
left
this year
back,
as
yeah.
well.
I can't even see him on the screen. I'm being blind. There we are. Yeah.
Not quite as suited to the wing back, but he's got the stats for it.
And
Crossing and
look at
dribbling
the
and
link up
contesting.
he's got with Bailey
Yeah,
as well.
because he's been playing frequently with
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
That's, I think we can afford, especially like we said, we're against sort of a team who are a lower position in the league. We can afford to throw him forward, and also because he's got such great attacking attributes, defensively he's not that amazing. So telling him to be more defensive isn't really going to help us. We want to exploit his good attributes rather than sort of highlight his bad.
Yeah.
So I'd absolutely pushing him slightly further forward, even if it's not on an attack role. But yeah, I think. Are we in agreement that that's good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
looks good to me. But you're in charge. Oh well, other than Julian Brandt,
Brandt,
if he's
he's died or something.
of course Bellarabi was
Yeah,
fantastic.
it's
last
worked
year.
really well, that.
Once we switched them over onto the other flank.
Should we just quickly check training to make sure they're all set to be resting for the next few days?
That's rested for the next few days. Well,
They're not, so I think it might be
not long
worth
to
giving them, a little bit more
Right,
rest.
this is where I haven't got this far, so you're going to have to guide me
Okay.
where I'm supposed to be clicking.
I
'Cause
think I think session 2 on the Thursday. If we click on the defending, so on session.
I on the
click,
right bit?
Yeah,
Yeah, that one.
click on the
click on
click
that
on
one.
defending. That's it.
Right.
then
And what
if
do you
we
want to
go-
change it to?
I think they should have a rest. If we go to the physical on the bottom
Physical,
left,
yeah. And then on the far right, rest.
there we go. Okay.
And then just hit yes, but only
Once.
once. And then it'll take control. And yeah,
So
there we go.
cool.
marvelous. Okay.
What, or do you want? No, let's do a rest session. Yeah, that's fine. And then we've got recovery after the game. Yeah, that's fine. I think.
Yeah. Right. Let's roll. Do we need to do anything else in terms of the actual tactical training? There's not really much point.
Yeah,
is there?
there's not much time really
Yeah,
for him.
let's go.
There we go. We did discuss the community outreach. That of course improves team bonding,
Yeah.
and a few other like kind of more nuanced stuff. Brings the social groups
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Stuff
It's great for teamwork, isn't it?
like not that you could hear.
No.
Just said.
It's just like dogs could hear that.
Maybe even they would struggle, to
Yeah.
be honest.
Okay, so we're nearly at
I wonder
match
if-
day.
Oh, no,
Go
don't
on.
worry. I know. I meant to make a pun, and
I know.
it was
I
incorrect.
could tell.
It was
I
incorrect.
could tell.
I got a bit carried away and thought Teach lived on the Isle of Dogs, but it's the Isle of Man. very different. Isle of Dogs is just down the road.
We wouldn't need to fly him in for that.
No, we would not. He probably could walk.
We could have walked around the corner.
Dear.
Right, Dusseldorf. Big. Got to win
Well,
this.
Yeah, it's it's
I
the
think if we-
definition of a must-win. We're
Yeah.
home to bottom of the league.
If we look at the opposition, so they're going to set up in a similar sort of fashion to us,
Yeah.
although it looks like they're probably going to be quite defensive in their fullback
Their fullbacks
arrangement.
aren't pushing on
and
either at all.
it's safe to say their striker is quacking, so we got to watch out for him.
Oh, God. How long left have we got?
Just this game, mate. Just this game.
Too long.
You get to go home. you get to, you know, have to put a miss.
It's alright, we'll keep the wall from the
You'll
door.
notice
Oh,
sorry.
Get me out of it. Get me out of
You would
it.
have noticed in the stream as well, you guys were chatting, and I just had a massive grin on my face because I knew I was about to deliver that line. Oh dear, here we go. I'm a big
Right.
fan as well of the fact we got Shrek in our team and Schneck. No, that wasn't a joke. Schneck.
Shrek and Snack.
Yeah, he's Schneck's part of our.
He's our assistant.
staff.
The
He
handover
is
to this
indeed.
system.
Schneck. Right.
Great training week
Youngster.
for Stanley Lewis and Frankie de Jong.
Yeah.
9.9. I mean, that's tremendous. Are we concerned about this?
He's
backup
he's like
keeper.
our fourth choice goalkeeper.
He's irrelevant
so,
then. We
yeah.
can annoy him. That's fine.
Okay.
Greg Hughes, step up, Jason. I'm going. Interesting.
Interesting. That'll be a substantial bid, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's
Hope
game
so.
day.
Right. So Baumgartner has dropped his lack of football because that's
As
Alario. That's good.
There we go. They've been playing what 3 minutes?
Yeah.
In the last
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
That's
Bit
sort
less
of
unrest in the dressing room.
Okay. Is there anything interesting? So we've had discussions before about weather and how much it impacts things in the game.
Yeah.
And it's whether it does or whether it doesn't. And so we'll play naturally a shorter passing game where they get pressing. And so whether that works.
Kind of medium, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So some people always, whenever it's absolutely tipping it down, they'll go direct regardless.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see if sort of like in the last game it was very similar, and it didn't really impact the passing game we had. So
But it also depends obviously on the quality of the pitch as
Absolutely,
well. So
absolutely.
if it's even if it's chucking it down, but the pitch is in perfect condition, you can get away with a lot more than if you're playing. Usually in the lower leagues where the pitches aren't as high
Quagmires.
quality. Yeah. Yeah.
Parks.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. I can't get over that pun you delivered. That was very poor. Just because he's staring at me in the face. Rather. Right,
He doesn't
okay.
look happy.
Okay. Very good spirits and fairly attentive and ready to listen.
Good. Someone ready to win.
Okay, so we're we should be winning this.
Yeah, they're
What-
bottom of the league.
What are Leverkusen's expectations for the season?
Well, before we took charge, it was to get into continental qualification.
In which case, we should be assertive, I think, and we should be winning the match without any
Yeah.
problem at all.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I like it. Jonathan Tarr like that.
I mean, he's the only one. It's brilliant. I'm
But
obviously
he's a
a
highly influential player, so
motivational master, me. Apparently not.
I like
that
that.
worked.
There we go. See, they like a bit of up and at 'em, but they don't like too much.
Yeah. So this is going to be your first match.
This is my first
First
actual
match.
match.
Okay.
And you've got our mess you've got to pick up from.
So this could be interesting.
Could
How
indeed.
well this goes. I'm actually going to read this. And assert it. We'll shake off the malaise. Why not?
Yeah.
There we go. I
Okay.
didn't do any opposition instructions, but
Here we go. Then. Here we go.
I'm very much a believer of we should force them to play against our way rather
Yeah.
than the opposite. But we'll see how well that theory goes now. That's a long ball forward. There we go.
Horn by
Jonathan Tarr.
Jonathan Tarr. He listened to your
He cares.
team talk, exactly.
Here we go then.
Set
Corner
piece.
here, Charles Arengues.
That's woeful.
Yeah, didn't be the first man.
Back in though.
He's got another chance.
Is he going to get tackled? No.
No,
Shakes him off.
Didn't
done
fancy
well.
it. This guy
Where's
is
this going?
wiser
Oh,
than the
that's
rest.
Oh,
a
no.
bone cruncher. The referee.
Well,
Oh,
done.
and
he's
better.
crunched the
well,
bone
well
back.
back.
Aaron Geese wasn't particularly happy about the first one going there. I think. Have some of that, son.
Okay, just knocking it around the back now. That's quite nice. Down there.
He's going to roam for days. Oh, look,
Oh,
at,
look
that.
at this.
Boy, does he
Look
run.
at this.
He loves that complete wing back roll.
Look at
Swing
this.
that
Great
in.
cross.
Oh!
Thank you. There we
It's
go.
almost
Alario.
as if he knew it was going to happen.
Wow.
Dalbert assists Alario.
What a run that was.
2 minutes into the game, despite being predicted 10 minutes ago. Fantastic from Dalbert and
Beautiful.
Alario.
There we go.
It's a great run.
Great cross.
Lovely header.
That's a lovely header.
Keeper's just.
Goalie,
He's
thrown
goalie,
himself
goalie
at
was
it.
on a trampoline. there,
Yeah,
I
he
think.
threw himself at it.
He's seen it's gone past and he's just one for the cameras even though it's
Yeah.
pointless. He's looking for a move in January.
Away from the bottom of the division. Bless him. There we go.
Happy
Nice
days so
start.
far. I mean,
Nice.
we're up into the continental places that stand. We're up to
Yeah,
7th.
yeah.
Could push on. I mean,
Interestingly, they're dominating possession.
But that could be
Yeah.
because they're sitting back, and
Yeah,
when they do
yeah.
have the ball, we're not really pressing them high. But,
Sure.
There we go.
Oh, De Jong wanted that. I think
just
he's hit a
taken out
fan in the
supporter
stand.
there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think because they'll tend to sit back there and play the ball more patiently at the back. It looks like that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
So if we're not pressing high enough
Yeah.
and engaging
Go on.
them quickly enough, can we?
Can he swing
Oh,
it in?
that's
Oh!
Oh!
Oh! How did
Somehow
I get
found
in?
his way into the back of the net.
I think Wolf. I don't know if about moving January.
He's
I
had
don't
a
think
howler.
Oh, God.
That's amazing.
Oh, wow.
That is brilliant. That is brilliant. But he's not had a good day so far.
So what happened here? He just pushed it in.
Yeah, he's been very fortunate, but he's been brought back in and he's
Yeah.
made an instant impact.
Tell you what, it's a good point. Both wing backs have been
highly
influential.
Highly influential, absolutely. There we go. We'll say, give them space. I mean, you're wetting yourself.
Look,
over
I
there.
just laughing at your own jokes. So my favourite part is getting to watch my face back as I work out the pun. It's absolutely brilliant.
Oh
dear.
Well, that's brought us crashing back down to earth.
I mean, Rajkovic, can you make any puns about that?
That shot he did for the cameraman.
Can I just say, I'm a big fan of that comment. Curtis losing his voice is just God saving us from his jokes.
Yeah. The stream has gone to the dogs.
Wow.
I think that's a bit too much of a
I
reach, to
think
be honest.
I think we can tell that we've been streaming for
It's been a
11
long slog,
hours
isn't it?
this
Or
weekend.
maybe
when-
the delirium from your medication has
Yeah,
started
it's
Yeah.
finally
to
hitting in.
Oh,
Arranges
that was a lovely little turn.
I've not got a pun for Arangis, I'm afraid. As much as I would like one.
Oh,
dear,
De Jong.
your best mate is
your boy.
he's taking a hit.
Right, we've got to get
Quite
on.
frankly, that's unacceptable.
We only have the young lad really who can play sort of. I mean, oh dear.
Look at this. Look, they're not quite developed enough yet.
That's a problem. Can we? We've got to take a risk, I think. I'm wondering. Well, Leon Bailey's not ideal in that sort of role either. Maybe Aaron Geese.
What you could do is push De Jong into, push De Jong up into the AMC and bring on Brandt. Well, Branson's
But
in
yeah,
there.
Brent, I think that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, we don't really have. I'm wondering if maybe. I think one of the only options we can move Aaron Geese over, and then again we don't really have much in. We don't have anything. We don't really have.
No.
Sort of the injuries have all been in the same place.
Yeah,
and I don't really
absolutely.
want to risk bringing
Or
on Brandt.
otherwise you have to go to up top and put Bolland on.
That's a
that's a
complete
huge risk.
departure.
That's a
Complete
huge risk.
departure of what we've been doing. That's see, this is why I end up sitting here for 12 hours because you can. There's so many ways that we could. Well, there isn't so many ways really with this one. I don't really want to risk. It's quite tentative still. It's 2-1. We can't really risk to do too much. I was tempted to.
Alternatively, I know he's quite a defensive-minded player, but you do have Sven Bender on
Yeah.
the pitch,
Could
and then you could bring on
maybe moving
Dragovic.
forwards. So
he could swap with
I think that makes more sense.
he could
doesn't
swap
it?
with Lars Bender as well if you want to, make
Yeah,
use
I
of
think-
Lars's more technical attributes.
I think that makes more sense, doesn't it? Yeah, I think that there's very little difference between them, but I think that makes sense considering we've got a number of defensive options on the bench, and we can bring on Dragovic.
Absolutely.
There we go, marvellous. So
Lovely.
that's fixed it, kind of.
Just about, not a right lot of creativity left in the midfield,
No.
but
But it's fine. We're 2-1 up. We can just
We've got the
try and hold
lead.
on to it now.
Maybe that bit of steel, Aaron Geese over the ball again.
Oh.
no, absolutely, you'd hope that would help us to hold it on out. There's a long time to do that, but we should have the bulk of the game. We'd hope. We're picking up a few results now, though. as it
It's
stands.
picked up, isn't it?
We're still a long way off the
Some
top.
interesting
That's a hell of a swing.
Dragovic.
Bailey.
Come
There we go.
on,
That was
there we
huge,
go.
huge goal.
7th goal of the season.
And
Dragovic
he was out.
impact
he was-
sub.
Exactly. Bailey was out for 2 to 3 weeks as well. So
Yeah.
he's done well.
Look at the
Very
swing
interesting
on that.
cross.
That was. I mean, we've been fortunate with the defender failing to deal with it
Yeah.
properly, really. But
I think that that header might have actually hurt Dragovic. The speed the corner went in. But it's
all
nice
the-
to see Ilario. And
We've
Oh,
got another
Dalbert's-
Dalbert's Pittsburgh. We've got Wendell on the bench if needs be though. I'd say give him. What's he coming back with? Tight Achilles. I'd say give him till at least half time.
Because he's been instrumental,
Yeah.
really.
He is
In the past
indicating he
two
wants to come
games-
off.
Oh.
I'd say give him till half time.
Yeah, we'll bring. Oh, Ben.
Oh,
there we go.
Lars Bender.
They're coming
go.
around.
Who needs that creativity when you've got
Exactly.
Lars Bender? Just slam it in.
Bosh, bosh, bosh. Love that. That's
There you go. And Dalbert, once again, at the
Is that
start
the-
of the move.
Yeah.
That's a lovely little bit of play there. Look
Yeah,
at that.
nice-
That's lovely.
nice pass to
With
find
their-
Bender in the
with their
space.
And all
keeper.
three midfielders. Sven Bender played it to Aaron Gies. He played it across. So
There you go.
working well.
So what we've done here is we've just changed the formation we've been playing, which is also something that can work within the gegenpressing. It's
Yeah.
sort of one of the suggested formations to use. So I think we haven't had to change much else other than the actual lineup of the players, and
Yeah.
ultimately we only tweaked one player properly, and the
Mhm.
rest kind of fit in with how we were playing anyway, and it's obviously working all right.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Absolutely.
4-1. Well, looking like it's going to be 4-1 at half time unless something happens here. Famous last words.
Plenty of time. Excuse me. Plenty of time for something still to happen.
Well, we won it back though.
Aaron
And it could be a
Geese.
goal for us.
I mean, has he found a new role for himself? Because he's been instrumental
He
today
has
as
indeed.
well.
It's
That's
lovely.
lovely.
Oh, it's five.
Once again,
It's five. It's Lars Bender
Is
as
that the
well.
second time they've combined, or was
Yeah.
it Sven
Yeah.
Bender the first time?
So
Can't remember,
Lars
but
hadn't scored before today. He's
Yeah.
now got two in
absolutely.
the space of about 5 minutes.
Aaron Geese is pulling the strings now. Loving this. I mean, this is my first game, just saying that.
Useful to bear in
Do you know
mind,
what,
we're at
though?
home to bottom of the league, so
Do you know
Hey,
what, though?
don't take the shine off it.
all the creators who have come in and helped us out have put us to shame a little bit, haven't they? I think they've all.
we did win a game 6-1.
Yeah.
And Dave struggled through his.
Dave. Yeah. Well,
Dave's one unto himself, really, isn't he?
Bless him.
Dave did his best. Dave did his best.
Okay, this is always a difficult team talk to make. I think when you're
Yeah.
absolutely hammering a team in scoreline, but then how do you make sure that their heads don't drop?
Mhm.
But then equally don't annoy them to the point where they drop anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it can be a very difficult team talk to make. I think arguably when it's quite a tight affair is probably the most difficult because again it's in the balance. But what we don't want to do is say you're doing great and then they just go okay, put off the gas and we're not doing anything, and then you go and concede 5. So I'd say don't get complacent. We're against bottom league. We're expecting to win anyway.
Yeah.
I think that seems fair. And we've got some people who are moaning. Jonathan Tarr is
He responded to you before the game.
he's yeah.
It had a good effect on Lars Bender, one of the team leaders. So that's interesting.
We've got a lot of motivation and focus here.
Yeah.
There's only a few, and so we could, if we had the players available on the bench, we could perhaps look to substitute them. We are going to need to get rid of Dalbert though, because I think he was struggling anyway, wasn't he? So I think if we bring on Wendell for Dalbert,
Yeah.
that seems like a sensible change. I don't think we need to do it. I don't want to. We've got a lot of green here. I like to see green, so I don't want to do too much here.
Sure.
So I'm going to leave the individual instructions. We could maybe try to fix those, but I'm not too fussed.
Okay.
You're 5-1 up.
Yeah, we can afford to take some risks, ish.
Famous-
As long as we don't get any more
famous last
injuries, then
words.
we'll be fine. Because I mean,
Very
they are
true.
piling up at this point.
They are indeed, yeah. That's a very, very busy time on our schedule.
So you've got what, 3 games until the
Oh,
winter
we're-
break?
I think
Oh, here,
4
in
Hello,
including Europe.
Oh!
Keith has kept that out.
Oh, he's put it wide. We might see a bit of goal line tech here.
We will indeed.
Oh,
Comfortable.
Bang on the line.
I mean, just a
A
bit.
little bit further.
Just a bit
on.
further, that would have been ideal.
I do love that though. The animation's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
The striker is having a tough time. He's on a 6.1 and
I
he's
think
anxious.
you called him out earlier. That's what it is.
Oh,
Oh,
Bailey
no.
again. Bailey
It's cropped.
again.
Okay, we can't really risk bringing on Brandt, especially as we're
Yeah,
piling
yeah.
up. So we've got the options of probably Paulinho or Volland maybe
Yeah.
coming on. It's on an attacking role. Volland's fairly quick. Paulinho, what's he like for? They're pretty
Both
similar
very
actually.
strong players, yeah.
I would say maybe Volland. He sort of had a few games where he was struggling. See if we can. We're against bottom of the league. See if we can get some
Build
confidence.
Up. Yeah, build him up.
Seems to make sense.
Here we go.
It's very unfortunate that he's picked up another injury though.
Yeah.
Is he particularly injury prone?
I don't think so, no.
Not massively. I mean,
No.
you've got to think as well, but he is. I mean, the way he plays,
Big Kev.
it's very. It's his game's built around his pace.
Oh, that's
It's
another
even
one.
closer.
I mean, that just a little bit more.
Yeah. Because Bailey's game is built around pace. You know, he can.
It's been a complete shutout here.
One shot.
And it's been on target. We'll give them that. But
It's been the story of our season, though, really,
Yeah.
to concede that one.
I mean, it's having an effect. Look, they're getting very anxious, frustrated.
they're dropping much. Look at the swinging possession. We
Yeah.
did point out we had a lot less than them initially, and we're now completely dominating and picking everything up. So I don't understand why the opposition manager has decided maybe to drop off, or maybe it's because they've gone more attacking. They're going more direct, and so they're pumping it towards us.
That's a great
That's
ball.
a fantastic
Mario again.
Oh.
Curved ball there was fantastic to find the space.
I would love to see how many clear cut chances we've had in this one, because I think
We've had a few.
tearing them to shreds.
Cleared. Good clearance as well.
Despite mentioning that Dave had some questionable managerial styles, I think he takes the record for most shots.
Oh yeah,
in
he's
a
had that
game.
40, didn't he?
44, I think he had in his match.
He also
so-
probably takes the most for off target.
Yeah.
in the game.
So how
Oh,
many did actually go in?
Yeah,
of that
only
44?
2, and they were in the last 10 minutes. So
I mean, I'm slightly concerned about the number of fouls that we've conceded, but I guess that's sort of part and parcel of playing
High
quite
press.
Yeah.
a pressing game.
It looks like this is going to be our biggest league win of the season.
I'm happy to have not conceded in the second half, and especially with the injuries that we've had come in. We've got.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that maybe we need to perhaps pay attention to at some point is the amount of yellow cards that we're picking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm wondering if maybe we're picking up injuries because we're just going for
Blitzing
the
constantly.
entire game.
absolutely.
But the yellow cards would be a concern. We've got another 4. I think all 4 defenders are on yellows. That's sort of as the season progresses, that's going to be
They'll
a big
definitely
concern.
Oh, here we
Catch up with
go.
us.
Oof.
Managed to not concede in the second half.
There we go.
In fact, almost nothing happened in the second half.
In fact, their only shot was a goal.
Yeah.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
And that was from a set piece as well, wasn't it?
Well, they just had the second shot there, didn't they?
Oh,
But still,
Yeah. Before that.
before
before
that,
that, I mean, they've ruined.
And we
my
kept
little
them out.
Bit of narrative there, but
Sorry.
oh well, I'll get over it.
When
but
it's
it
not
was
over yet.
Following's
the
never
team.
really
The
matters.
team weren't worried about defending for the last couple of minutes, so that's why.
This could be the last kick of the game, possibly.
Is he going to let it run? Is he going to
Aaron Geese, maybe.
put him out with misery?
On the volley.
Bender, ooh, yes.
Bang.
Oh, it was a weak shot.
Hit
That's
away.
it. That's the last action.
There we go.
And there we go. Three shots they ended up having,
Yeah.
but only one on
That's
target.
depressing.
But guys,
I'll
that's
take
actually
that for my first. I'll take that for my first actual game.
yeah, no, that's
impressive
a
start.
fantastic win. It's a
Impressive
5-1
start.
win. First of all, where can everybody find you?
At Nerdflink everywhere on the internet,
There you
Twitch, YouTube, and also I'm gonna plug the podcast as well if you don't
Absolutely,
mind.
of course.
5-star potential podcast. There's a new one out tomorrow.
A
Excellent.
brilliant listen. So thanks so much for joining us. Really
Thanks
appreciate
very much
it.
for having me on.
And thanks for playing your first game on our stream. It's greatly appreciated. That, guys, is going to be the end of today's stream. If you've missed any of our streams over the last few days, all of the VODs will be on YouTube for you to find. Easy for me to say, right? Of course, if you want to follow us on our social media channels, it's Football Manager absolutely everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Wherever you look, you should be able to find us. Thank you so much for joining us over these last few days. It's been some fantastic support and we greatly appreciate it. Of course, Football Manager 2019 is out on November 2nd and the beta will be out no later than Friday this week. Fingers crossed. Pre-order the game
Don't
now.
say that now.
Yeah, pre-order the game now if you haven't already to be able to receive the beta. But thank you so much for watching and we'll see you all next time. Bye,
Goodbye.
guys.